from the motherfucking hot box. This is Cups and a Gang. I am Styrofoam Ralph, and you know I got my dog with me, El Residente, saying Jose, representing in the motherfucking hot fireworks.
That's how we coming
And
in.
also, shout out to Pursuit of Forever. You can find it anywhere that you find podcasts. Please subscribe. Please tap in. They don't do it every day. Bi-weekly
Every Wednesday night, every other Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Or you can find us anywhere you can find podcast, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. Holla at us.
Come on, bro. And then you already know my other dog tapping in to the hot box. The 4-in-1 Oracle. J Lethal, Nap Nation, Bleed Blue. What it do for the show?
You already know. You already know.
We got to discuss the Lethal Ledger.
Fellas. Yeah, hold on. I mean, is the Lethal Ledger still up to date?
Oh, it's up to date. Bro. He's 1-0 according to the Lethal Ledger. Bro. He did call Henry to Baltimore. So just so y'all know what that means, the Lethal Ledger. You know, our good friend here, Jay Lethal, you know, has been alleging to make predictions for since I've been on here. He seems to forget a lot of the ones that he misses, but you know that's a whole other thing for another day. So that's another conversation. What to do is write down his predictions and lock them into the Lethal Ledger. We will keep you all updated as the year goes on where he is on his predictions. As of right now, he is 1-0. He's 100% for the season so far.
Bro, right now, 4-1, bro. I am 4-1.
This season. We talking about this season though.
Man, this season, but I'm 2-0 for this season.
No, you're not 2-0 for this season.
I am. I called Kurt before y'all even said anything. And
I called Kurt. You didn't call Kurt. You did not call Kurt.
I did call Kurt. I did call Kurt. I called Kurt.
Was it in the Lethal Ledger?
It was not in the Lethal Ledger.
Was it in the Lethal Ledger?
It was not in the Lethal Ledger. See, that's what the thing. Once you establish what the season is,
we called
preseason games don't.
No, I called that before we. I called that even before we started coming up with this whole lethal. Y'all came up with the Lethal Ledger, bro.
We got you, bro.
We had a discussion.
We'll hold you accountable. That's all. That's all we doing, bro.
It's your ledger, bro.
This is yours. We can confirm your greatness.
Bro, I'm 2-0.
You're 1-0.
But before we get into tonight's topics, the Lethal Ledger has been established because this is the second full season that we've been in the box.
Right.
And not every week, every day, you have a new parlay to put on another player.
I'm saying.
These
are all predictions.
To establish the Lethal Ledger.
So we established the Lethal Ledger so we can just keep track of your predictions. So, and I think it's more, and honestly, to be completely honest, I think it's more fair to you because then we can't say that you didn't get the wins that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I want to do. I'm fair to you, man.
Because you don't want to be the 1-6 Oracle the whole time. You don't want to be the 1-6 Oracle. We have no way to keep up.
Right.
Bro, how, bro?
And now you know. And now look, bro, it's all good because you know what, bro? If you are above 500 on the Lethal Ledger, we have no choice but to
dog. You got it. I just want you to know you got some of those. Some of those on there ain't gonna fly though. I'm telling you right now. There's a few of those on there that is not gonna fly. I'm telling you right now.
What you mean, bro? We gonna have
the four new division champs are probably gonna be
four new division champs. Four? How?
That's possible.
They could be two. It could be two from east. It could be two from each side.
Yeah, that's
so
possible.
It's four new division champs, just straight like that. How is that not possible?
AR5 and Sepoy is not happening.
That's tough.
How? How do you automatically just assume that's not happening? Like you just know. You got the crystal ball.
Well, who gonna win it if not him?
I don't have it, man. I'll be honest with you. That's why I predict.
All right. I am the oracle.
We're trying to confirm your oracleness is all we're trying to do, bro.
For sure, yeah. We trying to confirm the crystal ball, bro.
No, you're not. Right. You have not.
I already confirmed.
No, you didn't.
I did, bro.
No, dog. Again.
All right, bro.
I promise you. Hold on, real quick. Hey,
go ahead, bro.
Before, dead serious, I am going to at some point find a hole in my life where I can just go. and watch previous Hot Box episodes and pick out your predictions. And then I'm going to make a compilation video of your predictions.
All right. Well, when you sit here and be like, "Damn, this nigga really is the oracle of the NFL," bro, don't say nothing.
No, because the thing is, the thing I know about you is the times you were right, you'll say, "Oh man, I was right about that." But the times you was wrong, you never say you were wrong unless we hold you to it.
Bro, I did. Just like with the Super Bowl prediction. I told you I was like, yeah, bro, I was wrong with that joint. You know what I'm saying? Football gods.
Right, that's the one you claim, right?
Because that's the only one I lost.
No, it's not. It's not the only one you lost.
Okay,
you literally owe me $80 because you lost.
Whoa. First of all, bro,
and that's got to be logged into the lethal ledger somewhere.
I'm saying, how do you have 2 losses that you owe money for, and you talking about you lost one time?
That's why we had to establish. This is why we had to establish the ledger.
The Brock Purdy A-Rod bet got voided when A-Rod went down.
It never got voided. That never happened.
It did, bro.
But what about the Tomlin jump? What about the Steelers about to win out?
But they didn't win out, though.
No, they won the amount of games that said they'd win.
What did I say? They was going to lose 3 games? And you said they was going to win 4? I said they were going to
win more games than they lose. You said they'd lose more games than they won. I was right.
I said that by 1 game. Okay.
Yeah, that's still wrong, right? If you lose a game by 1 game, you still lose that game.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that L. Like, I'm not sitting there tripping about that. But I'm talking about that Brock and A-Rod joint. Yeah, bro, that joint is.
So is that the one? Is the Mike Tomlin one the one in the 4-1? Is that what the 4-1 stands for?
No, he said the Super Bowl is the one.
Oh, so
the Super Bowl is the one.
So you cap. So what's the
cap? Exactly.
How am I capping?
Exactly.
This is why we have the ledger.
This is why we have the lethal ledger.
Because that wasn't the Oracle speaking. That was just me. Just betting on me betting.
You literally said we made the bet. You literally said we made the bet. I am the Oracle. I know what's gonna happen. And I said put money on it.
That was the A5 and Brock Purdy joint. I was confident about that joint because I ain't expecting him to go down. Now, the Tomlin joint was not the Oracle speaking. That was just Jay Lethal betting on Jay Lethal.
Oh, word. Well, Jay Lethal and the Oracle are 0-2 in those situations. I just want you to know. Combined.
Straight up. At least 4-2.
So that's why we started with 2024. Everything else before that was like your preseason. So now we in 2024, going to the 2024 NFL season. And right now you are in the regular season after the established lethal ledger. 1-0. You are 100%. You are
y'all established the lethal ledger. I just gave y'all my bold predictions for the day.
I'm just telling you what I'm holding you accountable to. That's all.
All right, fellas.
Go ahead,
my dog. 1/2 of Sports Reports as ordered has just tapped in with us. Cups in the game. Dive into the hot box. My dog, Mike Will, 2-5 tapping in with us. What is going on, my brother?
What's happening, family?
Yo.
You already know.
All right, so fellas.
37 miles.
I have a couple conversations, hopefully that we can get through before Residente and 2-5 have to tap out of here. But the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and start with is something I think that we can all comment on and get out the way real quick. And it was we got my dog tapping in too.
Dallas Mike.
The one and only.
You.
The one and only.
Here.
What's up,
Mike P?
It's a holiday, baby.
Dallas Mike tapping in with us to the motherfucking hot box. DJ Mike P, what's happening, gang?
Oh, I'm great. How y'all doing?
I'm great.
Hey,
Mike, anybody ever tell you look like E40?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Damn.
I used to get E40 Twister. I used to get Heavy D.
So Winston.
You said Twister.
Cuban Goody Jr. Got it all. Omar Goody. All that shit.
Junior, man.
I ain't gonna do you like that. That just sounds just saying all black people look like.
I'm just telling you what niggas said. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just telling you what niggas said. That's all.
You definitely got some E40 in you though. For real, that's serious.
I mean, you look more like
no,
them
my
than
girl
that
even
one.
said that shit.
You look more like them than that one girl looked like Megan Fox though.
Listen. Still mad they didn't hold Chelsea accountable last night.
Nah, that girl was ugly as a business. I was trying to hold back. I know it was a family show, bro. That bitch looked terrible, my nigga. Like she had a big ass football head, yo. I was like, I had to watch myself. I said, hold on, I don't want to embarrass my nigga Ray. I said, shit. He cooking too. I'm like, yeah, she has a very large head. Put it that way.
You look like
what I'm saying? She out here. She talking about I look like Megan Fox. He clicked on the picture and I saw Dana Jacobson.
Oh! Come on, bro. Nigga said Dana Jacobson.
No, what did you say though? No, you said the funny shit too, Dubai. You said she looked like.
I said she looked like Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon.
That was hysterical.
Yeah, I almost threw my fucking phone, dog. I was crying laughing.
You know what I'm saying? She got the damn banana clip in her jaw.
Yeah, she did have a wild ass Nelly Nunchin too. I was like, what the a pistol grip jump?
Well, she like that.
Crazy. All right, fellas. 2-5. DJ Mike P. Y'all my B-ball guys, man. I want to read something that I seen that I thought was very interesting. And after I thought about it, it was actually starting to make sense, right? So we got a post and then we got a caption. So just bear with me real quick, all right? This is called the post was made March 1st. So it's about 2 weeks out of date, but it's still relevant. This is called the Darius Garland rule, right? Have y'all heard of that? Have y'all heard anybody mention that?
No.
The Darius Garland rule, all right? Don't bother overanalyzing your rookie lottery guard. Rookie guards are almost always terrible NBA players. Rookie Garland was the worst high minutes NBA player. But on the other hand, Grady Dick has probably been the best shooter on any court he has ever stepped on in his entire life. The skills that get you drafted barely disappear. So that was part one, right?
Okay.
Y'all agree with that so far?
Yeah.
It's been 6 weeks since Grady Dick has returned from his super secret training regimen assigned by Coach Darko. Since then, he's averaging 9.6 off the bench on 46% from three and 75% at the rim. His three-point volume is up 6.8 per 36 minutes, similar to that of Norman Powell and Kobe White for reference. In 2020, I took every opportunity to point out how Darius Garland was the most harmful high minutes player in basketball. While I still believe that was true in 2020, I let that perception totally blind me of the possibility that a 20-year-old has time to grow as a player and a human being. That was the first and last time I was all the way out on a high lottery draft pick. Rookie guards are always terrible NBA players. It's totally fine to acknowledge that, but it's just not worth projecting a 20-year-old's career outlook using their NBA infancy as an argument's foundation.
I think whoever wrote that had a good point. I just think that, it depends on the minutes and depends on how bad the team is or the coach. I've seen a lot of guys come in straight in, like Jay Ivey had a really, really good rookie season. He had a lot of opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But, to talk about Grady Dick, I felt like because he had another opportunity based off the fact they made that trade. So he's not really behind anybody no more. He ain't really got to hesitate when he get in the game because he know he's going to play minutes.
Does this mean current? Is this current? It's
a current guy.
I'm saying, like, is that mindset only for just the current players coming into the league now, or is that going for like?
Yeah, Darius Garland just got to the league in 2020, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's for the current players because you got to figure.
Because I'm about to say like old players, like when Rose came in, when Wall came in, when all these when them point guards came in, they ain't have no real hard time adjusting to the league and sense.
He was automatically very good.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I was going to say. Like depending on how far you go back, dudes were way older on average coming into the league. Like dudes like Chris Paul had played 3 years of college. Whereas guys like Garland was at Vanderbilt, if I remember correctly, sharing with Pippen Jr. So he wasn't even really like running it himself. But it's similar to what I say about quarterbacks. We see quarterbacks play 4 games. And we're like, he's a bust. He's not going to make it. And it's like, are these dudes professional or not? There's an adjustment period.
Would you even extend that to maybe 10 or 12 games?
Was Kellen here?
I would extend it for the whole first season. Like you just, I think that with a quarterback, you just want to see progression as the season goes on. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't expect, depending on when you drafted your quarterback, like you got people like Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence that come with expectations or whatever. But but if you're drafting somebody like at the end of the first round, early second round, I don't think you should be like, yo, if this dude don't throw for 350, he's a bust.
I mean, we were out on, well, I'm not going to say we, and I'm not going to necessarily say out, but the opinion on Jordan Love definitely changed after Thanksgiving when they got smashed by was it Detroit?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and say I thought the season was over after that, but they not only made the playoffs, but they won a game. They played well. So, I mean,
you also have to look at the coach, though. Like, he has Matt LaFleur. Like, coaches like that figure it out. So, but back to the NBA, though, with Darius Garland, I think that when he got drafted, he didn't even know what kind of player he was. Like, he probably knew what he wanted to be, but then
we thought that was Texans team, honestly.
But also you brought in Donovan Mitchell. So like he's either going to get better from being around a pro like that, or he's going to get lost in the shuffle because Donovan ain't never met a shot that he don't want to take.
Right. And well, because I mean, shoot. So could you say that they gave up on Sexton, or they just made a choice between the two?
I think they just made a choice.
Yeah, same.
Because Sexton was Donovan Mitchell, but like without, I don't want to say without the skill, but he just wasn't that good to be doing the things that he was doing.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like he couldn't fill it up like a Mitchell can. And I feel like he was coming off injury too, so they probably realized like, we got this guy here. We think we kind of can kind of build around.
Isn't it about time? Like, don't point guards, don't NBA players like need time though? Like you don't expect niggas to just, especially point guards, you don't expect niggas to just come into the league and just.
No, but I think that there's signs. Like, you know what I mean? Like Darius Garland has the type of game where you're like, if I bring in Donovan Mitchell, they can be interchangeable, or Darius can be the primary point guard. If you put Donovan Mitchell with Colin Sexton, you're like, yo, these dudes gonna be swinging on each other in the locker room. You know what I mean? On some Kyrie Dion waiters, because he wants the ball. And Donovan Mitchell's like, go sit down, little boy.
Literally, though. Literally.
So can y'all see Grady Dick escalating into maybe an all-star type of player, or a player that we talk about?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like slightly below. I think his ceiling is slightly below JJ Redick's best.
Okay.
Not as good as JJ, but like on that trajectory. But at worst, I mean, I guess he could be like Jason Capono or something, where he has a hot year and then just disappears.
Yeah, I was thinking too, more or less along the lines of
we so much love, my brother, so much love. Can't hear. No sound. Oh, all right. So yeah, so that was that one, and I definitely wanted to look at that because I also, because like again, that was the main reason why I asked, because I wanted to know if y'all felt like Cleveland gave up on Sexton, or they made a choice. Because I agree though, we can't use somebody's infancy, you know what I'm saying, especially in their career, to just judge them about, especially if we're talking about like if we want them to be the franchise guy. And I guess that's going to go into my next topic of, this is really, when was Tyrese drafted? He was drafted to the Kings, but when was he drafted? Was it 2020?
Tyrese Evans?
Halliburton?
You talking about Tyrese Evans? Oh,
Halliburton.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Tyrese Halliburton. And don't you even do what I think you're about to do either.
2020?
Like, was it 2020?
Don't you do it, Cups. We got
to go there, 2-5.
We do not have to go there. All right, but hold up. Before we go there, let me ask the question that I asked earlier.
For sure.
In the chat. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, he was drafted in 2020.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, let me ask the question that I asked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Why do fans do this? Like I understand that we're fans, but why do we like make up arguments that nobody's having? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like no, so Halliburton was having a great season before he got in. You know, there were people that were trying to legitimize the in-season tournament, and they were like, "Yo, we got a new superstar developing." And these are the same people that say all we do is talk about LeBron. They don't build anybody else. So then they start building somebody else. He got hurt. He's come back from injury, not the same. My thoughts is that he came back too early from the injury so he could get his money. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, regardless of that, his numbers aren't the same as they were before the injury. So then, like, you got Hawks fans like, remember when people were saying Halliburton's better than Trae Young? I haven't heard one person say that this season. But fans sit around. LeBron fans do this all the time, where like Kawhi Leonard will have a good game. He'll have 34 points, and we'd be like, Kawhi went off last night, and a LeBron fan would be like, oh, so he better? Like, oh, you ain't say that the other night when LeBron scored 31. Why do we do that?
It's because we fans. That's number one. It gives the sports life energy and boost. But I agree with you with the simple fact that I feel like as fans, if you see a player start off before he get hurt and he balling, football, baseball, whatever, and they get hurt and then they come back, if they come back too early, most of the time, like you said, 2-5 niggas want to get their money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to sit for real. Niggas want to play. Regardless, if they feel like they can play, they gonna play. But I feel like as fans, we don't take into the fact of, okay, this nigga is coming back from injury. So like him just putting up points should do me justice. But I'm expecting him to come back like he never left. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so used to seeing what I'm seeing, and I seen the potential. So if I see you playing lesser than what I've already seen you at, I'm gonna be pissed off. But as fans, we don't never take accountability that like, damn nigga, like he really just coming back from injury, bro. Like he might not look the same right now. Like give it some time.
Like
bro.
we did the same thing with Trevor Lawrence, who was coming off of like near concussions and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why don't he look the same? Because his brain is rattled.
This shit mushy in there.
Nobody gave two of that, bro, but it's okay. But that's what I'm saying, though, bro. It's the picking and choosing.
We did give two of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did give two of that. Like, a lot of us gave him credit for playing the whole season this year. But at the same time that we do that, y'all hear what y'all want to hear. Like, you know what I mean? So if somebody says, so if I say, yo, I think Tyrese Halliburton has the potential to be the best point guard in the NBA, you heard, oh, so he better than AI? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even say that. Like, you know, I didn't even say anything remotely close to that. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what, like, who said he was better than Trae Young? Who?
But you can't act like they haven't been trying to darling him.
The media.
But that's my question. But that's my question. What's wrong with that? We talk about the lack of young star in the NBA right now. It's still about LeBron. It's still about Steph. It's still about KD. At some point, you have to move towards the future because they ain't gonna be there. So what's wrong?
Who's the next? Yeah, like we gotta. They're the next people that we're gonna be.
Or how about this?
Anyway.
Or how about this? I posted the thing in the chat the other day where since the All-Star or since January, since New Year's, Domantas Sabonis has the most assists in the NBA and the most rebounds. Ain't nobody talking about him and making him a darling.
Yeah, he balling too.
I think it's like the marketing does matter with the NBA though. Because if you got a small market team, and like you might have a couple star players on there, but if the team overall is just like middle pack or below average, they could be balling themselves as players, but of course niggas not gonna be talking about it.
But everybody fell in love with the Kings last year, like the Beam. Everybody fell in love with that. So this would be the year to acknowledge what Sabonis is doing, to be like,
what's their record?
What's their record? I think they're like 7th right now, I believe.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But that's probably wild.
Yeah, but Luka's 8th. You know what I mean? And you can't turn on the TV without hearing about Luka.
But Luka putting up 30
all the time.
Yeah, and then but here's the thing though, Luka, you gotta remember like the Europeans is taking over the league, bro. These are foreign country niggas, they taking over. You know what I'm saying? So and
why not? So why not
must,
let somebody like Halliburton get a little bit of shine? Like why be either, I ain't gonna say upset, but why like have a problem with it? You know what I mean? When in 5 years he might be one of the faces of the league, whereas in 5 years LeBron gonna be trying to own a team. You know,
I think
like
because
KD gonna be barely walking.
Look what Anthony doing. I think people are trying to like compare it to like how Anthony doing.
That's the question. So Mike, like
he's a great example of like.
Well, this is the question that I asked earlier. Is the question or some of the issue that Cups is having, you know, or whoever's having the issue, is it about playing style? You know what I mean?
I think it's the wins. I think it's really just the wins, bro. And like wins in position probably matter a little more for that conversation in the NBA, because one player, a point guard, a power forward, like we seen KG dominate as a Timberwolf, you know what I'm saying, when he came in the league, and he didn't really have no real pieces around him at the time, you know what I'm saying? So, but his playing style, he was one of them trash talkers, dunk on a nigga like it was much watch TV, you know what I'm saying, something to see. So maybe, like I said, the playing style factors in, but shit, also factor in like what position you play. For real. Because ain't nobody gonna get hyped to go see Sabonis. Like, I'm not gonna be like, bro, I'm going out here to go see Sabonis, bro. Like, I see my man put up, because I like how he get the ball off the glass.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I said earlier. Fans are liars who only care about brands. You know what I mean? Because like Anthony Edwards, as great as he has been this season, he ain't done shit in this league. You know what I mean? But he's on a trajectory to become like that D-Wade type level player or better or whatever. He's on that trajectory. So we're trying to recognize it now so that when he gets there, you know what I'm saying, like, he's already in the conscience.
What is the thing? I feel like Halliburton, watch the Pacers play. Like, they have been doing a better job of putting in guys like T.J. McConnell and Neesmith. They've been taking up a lot of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all gotta remember, he's still coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? So like, he probably still trying to find himself. You know what I'm saying? Find his.
Well, like I said, I think that, and this is just opinion. I don't have any. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any. You know, all that stuff. But you also got to figure they started that 65 game rule this season. Whereas if you want to make all NBA and all that stuff, and I believe, if I remember correctly, his Supermax is tied to that.
It is.
So if he would have missed like 3 or 4 more games, he was going to miss out on that Supermax. So that's why I keep harping on he came back too early, because he was in a position to lose $40 million or so on his contract. So I just think that like a lot of times we look at things without the context. We just say, look at this, look at that. What the hell? Yeah. But we don't peel it back to be like, well, if that 65 game rule wasn't there, he would have probably sat out another week and a half.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, is the 65 game rule, is it consecutive 65 or is it a total?
No, you just 65? Have to play total. You have
total.
To play total.
And you can't win no awards.
So already, Embiid has been eliminated from awards. Kyrie has been eliminated from awards. You know, Donovan Mitchell has been eliminated. You know, because they're not going to meet 65 games. You know, but I don't think Tyrese, a player like him, because like this is only what, year 4, year 5 for him. So he probably doesn't. I'm sure he would like to make an all NBA team, but I'm sure he wants that extra $40 million more.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Because I mean, my thing with Anthony Edwards is, yeah, you know what I'm saying. We definitely give him his recognition, but we all know, is he better than Luka? Is he better than Shea?
No.
And it's the same way. It's the same way I feel in the Heat.
He's still young.
Like Halliburton for sure. You know what I'm saying, bro? He's a dog, but is he better than Trey? Is he better than Brunson?
No, I don't think Halliburton's better than DeAndre Murray.
I think it just depends on what you're looking for.
Time.
It depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're just basing it, well, I think that when we have these conversations and it goes back to Kobe versus Tim Duncan, like if it doesn't look a certain way, we don't want it. So like Tim Duncan has a very valid argument to be better than Kobe, but Kobe was more exciting. You know, he was more flashy dunking, doing all these other things. But in essence, he scored a lot of points. You know what I mean? And that's where Anthony Edwards is right now. He's scoring a lot of points, whereas Halliburton is more of your old school traditional set it up point guard.
Yeah.
And that's just not sexy anymore.
And I mean, shoot, Ant is doing way more than scoring, bro. They is get
bro. This man missed a free throw. This man missed a free throw and still come down and make a block to seal the game. That's D-Wade clutch shit, bro. Like that shit crazy was crazy as a bitch to see.
But like I feel like Anthony Edwards is not consistent enough.
He young, bro.
Well, we
saw him in 19.
Yeah, he did that in the play-in against the Lakers. He went like last year. Well, last year in the play-in, he went like 0 for 14 or something, or 1 for 14 or something like that against the Lakers.
Easy.
Those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that are going to bring the casual around to be like, I want to see more of this guy. You know, but none of us, and I'm sure you included, Cups, nobody was talking about, yo, Anthony Edwards ain't shit, or like, yo, Anthony, because he had that one bad game or whatever. Like, people were probably like, yo, he's young. Let him get
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it takes time.
So it goes back to the same thing. We pick and choose.
Yeah, I think they're being hard on him. I think like the emergence of Miles Turner and like Mathurin, they both have stepped their game up since the All-Star break. Like they took
now Mathurin's out for the season.
Come on now, so like that's gonna open up another. And I think Brown played for them too, if I'm not mistaken. No, he got traded.
He got traded.
He got traded. But to me, I think that's the combination of that team is just getting, it's getting better as a team, and a lot more guys are playing more minutes. Like Halliburton was logging a lot of minutes early on the season.
Well, I think Indiana made the right decision because they had it. Because it sounds like they had the choice of him or De'Aaron Fox, and I think they made the right choice because De'Aaron Fox he'll get you a lot of points. You know what I'm saying? But is he going to get everybody else involved the way that Halliburton does?
Yeah, not really.
So you feel like the Kings made the right choice? My bad, Mike P.
No, I think the Pacers made the right choice.
Yeah, I think both. I think it was an equal jump. Like I felt like that. It is for those teams. Like Sacramento needs a guy that can really go to the paint because Sabonis, as effective as he is, he don't demand the ball like that. He get that shit, and he go at the floor of the game for the most part. And Fox is aggressive from the beginning of the game to the end. And their backup point guard, he just coming for defense for the most part. And you got Monk who just shoot that shit every time he get it. But they need that scoring. I feel like
Monk will yam on your ass,
yes,
boy.
He will. Yes, he will. Kentucky stand up, baby. Kentucky stand up. But
you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's the difference. Is that De'Aaron is more the new point guard in that Ja Morant kind of way. Obviously, not the same player, but in that kind of way. Whereas Halliburton is more of your old school. I don't want to say John Stockton just because I'm wearing the jersey, but like a dude like that. Like, you know what I mean? He's more that kind of guy, but he can shoot. You know what I mean? Like almost like Steve Nash in some ways.
Yeah, he got a nice set shot.
So and I hear you. And so when of course we're looking at it with our eyes, but Luka does some flashy things too. Would you consider Luka a new style guard or one of those old fashioned, like you were saying, where Halliburton set it up, or would you consider him an attacker?
I would consider him a new school forward because he doesn't play above the rim. So I can't put him in that Anthony Edwards lane. You know what I mean? Like I would say he's more Halliburton than he is like a De'Aaron Fox because he's not taking you off of speed and, he's not crossing you over per se. Like he's just good. Like he's comparable to James Harden more than anything, but not as athletic as James Harden was.
Word. I definitely feel that. All right, man. We about to segue on over to football. Y'all already know. I want to play this clip because I felt like it was, for one, true. and I felt like it was some great insight into a lot of people who are skeptical.
Were they talking about how AR5 only played 3 games last year?
Hey
Because
man,
that
chill,
is
bro.
truth. That
Come
is
on,
truth.
man. It's true. But like I keep trying to tell y'all, he gonna be the comeback player of the year, bro. So we already got that. You know what I'm saying?
What you got, Cups?
I'm pulling it up.
But I don't know. Like some of these teams got me scratching my head, man. I don't know if the Panthers are trying to be the old school Redskins or the Jets. You know what I mean? I don't know what they
I think
doing.
they just trying to figure it out while they can. Honestly, bro, the bottom teams that we look at, Arizona, the Panthers, Washington, Patriots, like all these bottom teams, like I think they're just trying to make shit look competitive. They just want to be at least competitive.
Well,
You know
I'm
what I'm
trying to
saying?
figure out
Like,
Jacksonville is the team that has me scratching my head. Like, they let Ridley go to bring in Gabe Davis. They franchised Josh Allen, who deserved the payday, and then they haven't really done anything else. And it's like, do you not see what Houston's doing over here? Like,
I mean, but that's the same I say, but then I kind of look at it like shit. Well, Houston is trying to stay at the top. They trying to keep the number one, the division. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Jacksonville, honestly, bro, Jacksonville, we might question the moves now, but I think it's gonna pan out for them in this later down, like as the
I
season
think
goes
when
on.
Houston wins this division again, and Jacksonville is watching them in the playoffs from home again, Doug Peterson is going to get fired for the dumb assery of his GM.
All right, here we go. Now, all of us 2-5. I'm not gonna
Oh, here we go.
assume
Yeah.
anything, but 2-5 is a Commodore fan, and I'm sure in your youth was early Gibbs, Daryl
Hey,
Green era.
you real muffled right now.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I got you now. Okay.
I said I wasn't gonna assume anything, but you are a Commodores fan, and I'm sure that in your youth, like you said, Ernie Biner, Daryl Green, you know what I'm saying, 80s, early 90s, you feel me, right? In that area. Mike P, Dallas
Yep.
fan, 80s, 90s, we already know what they was hitting on back then. Jay
Okay.
Lethal, Nap Nation, the Sheriff, you know what I'm
You already
saying?
know. You already
The
know.
system.
Me, New England, Baby Jesus. It's a trend going on here with the current gentleman in the hot box, and even for real, Residente might count. Residente definitely count. Well, yeah, even though he won't, it was super early, like really
Yeah,
infancy,
even
but
though their drought is a year longer than the Cowboys and nobody ever talks about it.
word.
When
You
I
know what
when
I'm
I told
saying?
him that shit, he told me I was a hater. I was like, bro, I'm just telling you the truth.
It's the true shit though. We ain't lying. We ain't
I just told
lying.
you the truth. I'm like, nigga, be like, well,
We ain't
we made it since then, but y'all niggas
You
ain't
know,
won.
shout out to
lying.
Josh Pate too. That's one of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
So here we go. Here we go.
Let's say 30 years old or younger, you are a trust fund fan. It's not your
I seen
fault. You were
this.
born when you were born. You were so fortunate to be able to grow up in the Nick Saban era, but you grew up wealthy as a fan. You have never lived without. You have never known hunger for a championship. You have never known 8-4. You have never known being in the teens or 20s and recruiting. You are a trust fund fan. It's only been
Facts.
great for you. And for you, this is going to be tough. Because even if Kalen DeBoer is the best possible version he could be, even if this ends up being an A+ hire, there are people out there who, when they finish 7th in recruiting one year, are going to ask, what's wrong? There are
Facts.
people, if they go 9-3, who are going to ask, what's wrong? If you lose to LSU and Tennessee randomly in the same year, what's wrong? Well,
Facts.
nothing's wrong. It's just that you had a space alien as your head coach for the last 17 years, and he did stuff that hadn't been done before, and he did stuff that's not going to be done again. And the next best version of head coach in America is not remotely capable of matching that. If you're a Bama fan, let's say 30 years old.
So
I seen that yesterday. I was like, man, hell yeah. I was saying that about the NFL. It's a lot of motherfuckers that we became trust fund babies. Pat fan over there, Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So yes, bro. Fuck yeah. I agree with that. Fuck yeah.
So 2-5. Do you feel like Bama fans are already giving Caleb DeBoer the short end of the stick?
Yes, because there's a couple of things at play here. He's not a Southern dude. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Dakotas. You know, he broke into college football at a lower level at one of those schools, and then he ended up at Fresno State and then Washington. So no SEC tie at all, right? So that's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two is we in the transfer portal now. So as soon as Saban left, there was a mass exodus. And when they go 8-4 this year or 9-3, they're going to snap. They're going to talk about how he should be fired. They're going to talk about why did we hire him in the first place. His career head coaching record is 103-12. You know what I mean? So like he just played or coached in the national title game weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Alabama fan doesn't know, give it 2 years. Give it a year. And then when you add the portal on top of it, you know, you're going to say, well, there's no excuses. He should be out there getting the players. You
Well,
know,
Saban made a
so
comment about the portal also in one of his
yeah,
little like pressers. He was just like, bro, the athletes, him and his wife used to sit down, bring him to the house, have dinner, and then we'll talk to the parents and tell them like how we gonna develop you, how we gonna put you on. Now, bro, with this whole transfer portal and the NIL dudes, they come there, they literally be like, man, they don't care about all that. They trying to figure out how much you gonna pay them. You know what I'm saying? How much they signing for? They don't care about the development. So it's like that's where you have the 50 the back and forth with, is the transfer portal good? Is the NILs good? Is it bad for them? Like it's a mixed bag because now
so
players just like, man, fuck it,
Why
bro, I
play
want
for
a
the
bag.
Buckeyes when I can go to
let me say,
Syracuse to get a bag?
yeah, let me say this real
Exactly.
quick, and then I want Dallas Mike to get in here. The transfer portal and NIL are not bad. The management of the transfer portal and NIL are bad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I just feel like that Nick Saban has had the benefit of getting all the best players. That's the first thing. That's where it starts at. When you get all the best players, you seem and act like you're a little bit. And my thing was, this is what I seen this year, even with this Alabama team. This team was a step below. It took them to win on a Hail Mary for them to be where they were. This team was not supposed to be where they were at. It struggled most of the
Fourth and
year.
31.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 different quarterbacks they played this year. So, like, to me, it would have shown his greatness to keep coaching. But it showed to me he's a coward. It's like when I don't have an advantage, when I don't have a situation where I'm benefiting continuously and having guys just roll in here and begging to be here, then my ego is crushed. You know, I feel
I
like
mean, but
that
at the same time,
it's a. I'm
go
not
ahead.
finished. Hold on. I'm feeling like it's a scapegoat when you sit up here and you act like that players are doing something wrong. They've been robbing players for years. When a head coach get a job and he gets paid, that shit is guaranteed. If they leave the
For sure.
next season, what is that player left to do? Sit there and fucking rot with a coach who may not never develop you. I never understand this mentality of the players are getting over on guys, or their players are doing what they should have been doing a long time ago, and they were
For
already
sure.
getting paid. Saban been paying players.
Straight up. Straight up.
They just mad because it's out in the open now. Now I gotta negotiate with you. You're losing
It's all
leverage. That's all it's about. I don't have a
it's not
chokehold on your ass no more. Now I gotta
yeah.
negotiate with you instead of me saying I'm dictating to you what the rules are.
Yeah, it's not even about the money, it's about the
It's not.
control.
It's about the control. Exactly.
And that's the thing, right? Is that we saw Kalen DeBoer take Washington to the national title game.
Exactly.
He had Michael Penix, Roma Dunze, Jalen McMillan, so on and so forth, Jalen Polk. But that Washington team was probably in the 40s overall as far as
Thank
like
you.
recruiting ranks.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so now when I peel back Nick Saban, and I don't think me or Mike are trying to be disrespectful. You
Not
know
at
what I
all.
mean? But he also the other national title was at LSU. So you know what I mean? It wasn't as if he won at Wisconsin
Yeah.
and then he came
Exactly.
to Alabama and we were like, now you give him real talent, watch what he do. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I understand what Mike's saying to some degree. The only part that I'll push back on is that he is 72 years old. That's the only thing I'll push back on. You know what I mean? So like I think calling him a coward might be a little too far when considering his age.
Hmm.
You know, but I definitely understand and kind of agree with you.
Well, I just like
Yeah.
to me, if you're gonna be 72 years old, cool. You was old when you were 60, and you had no problem with coaching and shit. So like, I
He
don't
said
want
he
this
was
age shit. Like it go back with Coach K and my Dookies. He realized, okay, now I'm old and shit. But when you won a national championship 4 years ago, you wasn't old. No, nigga,
Mhm.
you been old.
You
You had an
saw
opportunity to have a leverage upon players. Now guys like Zion Williamson saying, "I'm the big man on campus, my nigga." Like if you want me to come to your
Roy
school,
Williams. Roy Williams left
where's
Chapel
Rand
Hill
too?
real quick.
Come on now, we done
Jay
seen
Wright
this.
won Jay Wright won 2 national titles in three
He burnt
years at
out.
Villanova, and he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, I'm out. I'm burnt out now. Come on,
But
Jay, right?
then you still gotta look at it like this too, though, y'all. Like, I hear what y'all saying, and I agree with y'all. I totally agree with y'all. But then you still got the players where if they have an opportunity to go to Division 1, SEC school, you know what I'm saying, where their notoriety and their visibility is going to be more greater than them going to a D1 to a D2 school or somewhere where they might have got more money yet, but they're not going to get the exposure like for real. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to bet on themselves for real, for real. What's the chances of that really, happening like that? You know what I'm saying? Because not all small school players end up even getting the type of exposure to make it into the league. You still need that type of exposure. So like some players try to bet on themselves and they lose that. They lose that, and they tell them all the time, bro. Even if you go into the transfer portal, it's like 100 million other players in there. You'll get lost in the portal.
But you know
So
what?
you have.
I'd rather fail with a pocket full of money than fail broke.
I mean, I get what you're
Because
saying.
before the transfer portal, Nick Saban after a season could just tell you like, I'm not renewing your scholarship,
That's it.
and then
That's
what?
my.
You got to go walk
And then
on
I mean,
somewhere.
I get that. I get that. And I
literally
understand that.
though,
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But now you have a conflict where players, like you said, the management of it is bad. It's horrible. But now you have players like you have the college students will feel like, man, well shit, bro. Fuck playing for the Buckeyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know this might try to change my career, you know what I'm saying? I might know it's gonna put me where I want to be, but I'd rather take the money and I'm gonna play for Marshall.
well, let me say this. I think because the object of going to college, right, is to make money. So if I'm already going to college to better myself in life, quote unquote, in life, the object is to make the money. So once I get the money, I've already succeeded in what I wanted to do prior to. Now I can decide
But
to
you
say, hey, I got money now. Hey, I'm really passionate about uh being a lawyer. I'm really what's the guy who was a neurosurgeon for the Titans?
Myron Rule,
Myron
Myron
Rolle. So
Roll, yeah.
yeah, Myron Rolle,
Florida
he
State.
basically went to Florida State,
Come on,
did
brother.
his thing, came out, got the money, and said, I'm more passionate about neurosurgery than football. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but,
but he
but
wouldn't
he
have done that.
played.
He wouldn't have
Yeah,
not gone to the
wasn't
NFL.
ain't Josh Dobbs a literal astronaut?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, but you got players that get their degree and still be in the league. You know what I'm saying? Still make and still do their thing. And then you got players who don't get a chance to make it to the league, but because they went to college and they got their degree in certain shit, they do other shit with that. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a win-win, but then it's still like a lose effect also too, bro. Because it's like most of the time these players what you're expecting is you're expecting them to have the passion for the game, and the reason that they got to that college or any college in general is because of the fact that they're athletic. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go to college just because that's what you know what I'm saying, they want to be an engineer. No, they really got the college based off of how good they is on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
feel you.
like you still gotta well, good.
Even before the NIL, if you good, they're gonna find you. I give you three
That's
names
true.
right now. Randy Moss, where he go?
Marvin.
Terrell Owens, where did he go? Jerry Rice, where did he go?
Chattanooga.
LaDainian
Into the valley.
Tomlinson. You know what I'm saying?
TCU.
They're gonna find you. You feel me?
Yeah, I
Doug
agree.
Williams.
I mean, even this year, you got the DB from Toledo.
Yeah.
That might be the first defensive. Quinion Mitchell. Yeah, he might be the first DB taken in the draft this year.
Yeah,
So
real talk. It's like
good.
I just think I don't even like the word management. Like to me, I feel like like we weren't managing these boosters and owners and shit for these ADs for years. They've been stealing money for years from colleges. I'm over this nigga Jalen Rose said he went into I'm not Jalen Rose. It was DeMarcus Cousins. He said he went to an actual Kansas shop that was selling his jersey with the name on the back of that shit, not 15 with with a blank on that shit.
I seen that
That
joint. Yeah, I
shit,
seen
that
that
shit
joint.
said this nigga said I couldn't get no money off that shit. You know how demoralizing that shit is? I remember
Straight up.
Jameis,
I mean, that's
all
unfortunate.
Jameis did was sign some paraphernalia. He got suspended, but what the nigga, I'm just signing an autograph, nigga. Damn.
Terrell Pryor.
Terrell Pryor. Come on, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
these people been getting over on these kids for years, yo. And like I said
I mean, I
before, the
feel you to
object of
me.
it is to make the money. Niggas ain't like I know niggas that go to school for business management, and them niggas don't even have the same lifestyle as me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go to college. I went to a certain area, and I took class at VCU, but I didn't go to a 4-year institution and get a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got more or less certificates, and I got different certifications. So the object of the game and the game of life is to get the bread. Not any mean necessary, but within the certain parameters. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy them niggas is getting over and getting as much money as they can, and I'm happy they telling them niggas like I'm not coming to your school that you paying me this. That's how it is in the workforce. Straight up in
Yeah,
the
but then
workforce. When you walk
I
in at the
feel
entry
it.
level,
But
I
see,
debated my first
that's the
jump.
problem. But that's the problem.
That's
The legality of it is they're
yeah,
not
it
in the
creates
workforce. Like that's the
right.
problem.
Yeah, and then it creates a bad habit too, though, bro. If there's no like, if it's no type of legit management with it, though, like you know what I'm saying, like at least a scale or a bar, something where you know what I'm saying, like you have to have this much, and then you'll be qualified in this range, and then you gotta be like something where it's not like these niggas just be like, oh, well, you just gotta sign. How much you giving me? Oh, these niggas offered me this much. So, and this
It's
this team
they have
offered me this.
valuations, bro. I mean, they an asset. They it's not like they just
Mm-hmm.
giving niggas blank checks. I mean, they
I mean, I
doing it
think
based on
that's a true
how
statement.
valuable
Yeah,
you are.
like I think Kyle McCord was only getting he was only
Yeah,
getting something like 300,000, compared to
Yeah, but
like
these niggas
what
gotta
Caleb
still
Williams
play
was getting.
too. Yeah,
yeah. I
but they
consider
still
student
got.
athletes. This is a job. You
Yeah,
doing
but they
2 a
still
days and
got.
shit.
But if you go into a team and they give you this amount of money, bro, well, you making this amount of money, and you get on the field and you don't perform to that worth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They'll
who's
kick
the
you
bigger
out.
dumb? Yeah, but how you gonna feel? You gonna be like, oh, I got the bag. You know what I mean? Like I went and came and got the bag, but then you perform like shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
So it's just like,
You
coaches,
just go to
coaches
a new
get paid all the
school.
time
Yeah,
and
You
be
go
shitty
to a new
coaches.
school.
that's an investment, bro. That's an investment they was willing
Yeah.
to make.
How many coaches that you know that got to a team and they were shitty at like Jerry Stackhouse? No disrespect to Jerry Stackhouse. Shout out to Jerry, but he got hired to do a job, and he failed at that shit, but he still got paid. Nobody's saying, "Hey, Jerry, give us our money back."
Matt Rule.
And this
Nobody
shit is
no, no, ain't nobody paying
guaranteed.
Matt Rule to give us
Matt
our
Rule
money
still
back.
getting paid by the
Matt
Panthers.
Rule, Matt Rule, sorry
Still
as a bitch. Anyway, he been,
making
he
a
was
killing.
sorry. So, like to
I
me,
mean,
Ain't
it's
Drew,
about it.
ain't
Like
Drew
I
Ralph
hear
said,
it.
it's
Mayock
about
still
an
getting paid?
investment, yo.
Ain't Gruden and Mayock still getting paid?
Yes. And they
But
both
how
was
would you?
shitty as a bitch.
How would you feel? All right. So, how would you feel as a coach, where you sit here, you see it's a 4-star ranked quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You go check him out, 5-star rank, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You go check him out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You see him. You're like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? He asked for how much he worth. Cool. Whatever the case may be, you sign
Okay.
him, right? If he go out there and perform like shit, or just he looked good before he signed, And then when he signed, you know what I'm saying, he started doing all this his true colors form. You know what I'm saying? Now he acting like, you know what I'm saying, like he Johnny Manziel. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
most niggas do.
But how would you feel after taking all that time to recruit somebody? So you could put in but people could put on a different perspective, different, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna answer for you.
Okay, let's say it like this. You're talking about somebody you feel like you're talking about a quarterback who you feel like underperformed or was underwhelming. Spencer Rattler's current NIL deal is worth $1 million and has increased by at least 200,000 since the conclusion of the 2022 season. So we're talking about somebody whose stock is going up.
Yeah.
And the team performance at South Carolina was, even if it was in the SEC, some people was, I mean, they had cigars and champagne. Who did they beat the last game of the season? And they had the cigars and champagne in the locker room. But I mean,
South Carolina when they had beat Clemson.
I think it was one. Yeah, I think it was Clemson. But there was like an 8-14, bro. You know what I'm saying? What they said they gave
South Carolina's a loser ass school though. Like they just,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
all time they literally just got over 500, like all time, like 8 years ago. You know what I mean? So like it's a little different. They, you know, act like you've been there. They haven't been there. So this is what you're saying.
I mean, he's just talking about paying a guy and he's not performing. I'm like, bro, you gonna have to. It's just like free agency in the NFL.
What happens to you if you got a job and you don't perform well?
You get fired.
There you go.
That's what I was about to say. You literally, you get demoted. But that's my thing is, that's where coaching comes into play. That means I do it every single time I have to hire somebody. I have to evaluate them. I have to see how they're going to be in tough situations. Can they handle the certain residents that we have? I just really promoted somebody like maybe a couple of days ago because I evaluated them for like 2 months. I seen they can handle certain things. I intentionally did certain things on purpose to see if they can handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of coaching. So if you get a quarterback that you got to evaluate and you got to grow,
well, that's
where the work comes into.
Well, that's the problem that I have with what Rick Pitino said because I agreed with his point. I understood what he was trying to say, but at the same time, a part of me was like adapt or die. You know what I mean? There was a part of me that was like, if you're a coach, we've been sold on national TV since I was a kid that coaches love challenges.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So don't sit up here and tell me that, oh, this guy left or these two guys left and now I got to start over. You're a coach. You're a national title winning coach. Coach them up,
exactly.
coach.
That's it.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. But then as a coach, I can
chemistry though.
Say that
That's
again.
what I'm saying.
Don't football teams more than anything? Football teams need chemistry.
Exactly.
That's what you got spring practice. You got the whole off season. You get your little weak ass game in week 0.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't hear. I'm gonna do two things. You don't ever hear John Calipari crying and shit, or you didn't hear Jim Harbaugh. They're dealing with the both same situation. They just get it. Okay, we got to recruit more. We got to go do the work more. That means we got to hire other scouts out there to do the work.
Harbaugh's one of the few coaches. He's one of the few coaches that has been public, like, yo, give these dudes their money.
Exactly. It's
because
a free
it ain't
market.
About him. It's about right and wrong.
You can't be a capitalist. This is our society's capitalism, and you can't say, okay, I'm out here trying to make my way. That's the point and the privilege of capitalism. As me as an entity, I'm out here trying to make my money in the free market.
They just don't want us to have capitalism. That's all it boils down to.
Thank you.
Because
that's all it boils down to.
You ain't hearing nobody complaining about Olivia Dunn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hearing nobody complain about whatever Caitlin Clark's making.
Come on now.
You know
they promoting that shit and trying to make a brand out of that girl. But at the end of the day, when black people get, as I told you all the time, when black people get money, they are trying their best to stop that shit, any type of capacity. Straight up. They make sure they try to figure out, where are we getting this shit? How are they getting this? How are they doing this? Because we're trying to.
What was the dude? Jeremy Bloom. Like he played for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
he was a skier though, like an Olympic skier. And like I think Wheaties tried to sign him to a deal or something along those lines, and the NCAA jumped in and was like, no.
See that?
So people were like, but he's a white guy, so what you're saying doesn't apply to him. Oh, but it does.
Yes.
Because the moment that you start doing endorsements, you know what I'm saying, Caleb Williams gonna come through like,
Exactly.
hey, I got Nike right here, and they gonna
Come
tell
on
you to
now.
sit down, but they can't tell you to sit down if they let him stand up.
Exactly.
But then, but then at the same time, I mean, I feel it. But then you got then that's when it's for the players like Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler, like niggas who enter the league that already got money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it makes the contract talks for the league a little more different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna cause a little rift with players and making money in the league and compared to making the money outside of the league.
But we don't have any proof of that yet, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Not yet,
Because
right? It's the first year. It's the first year that it's about to actually something like this is going to happen. So we gonna actually witness how this is about to transpire.
But again, you know what I'm saying? Nobody complained back in 2009 or 2008 and 9 when Sam Bradford and Matt Stafford
Oh man,
both
come on
got
now.
50 million off top.
Off
Nobody
top,
complained about it. Nobody said, hey, they didn't play an NFL game yet. Why are they getting $50 million? Now, they were having those conversations behind closed doors because
Mm-hmm.
now they pulled it back and those rookie quarterbacks aren't getting those deals anymore. But it wasn't
Exactly.
some big public explosion that was going to ruin the game.
Right.
They've seen where the game was going. They seen the game was going to more black quarterbacks.
I mean,
You have to understand it's a projection. They see how this shit is going to project, and we got to put a thumb on that motherfucker. Like, hold on now, we can't let it get to the point where it's out of control. The same with the running
yeah.
back. If you notice, they are getting paid. They getting paid in the $12 million range, $13 million range. It was going towards 15, 16 when McCaffrey and them. You know what I'm saying?
If Lethal logged on to YouTube tomorrow and saw a picture or a video of himself saying that AR5 about to be the comeback player of the year, he gonna be like, thanks for sharing my shit. Who are you? Where's my money?
Fact. I've been saying this shit, nigga.
He gonna be
Telling you
like,
niggas
fuck
that.
you, pay me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where we are. And that's where we are because, like,
No, you're right.
so this is the overall problem, Lethal, at least for me. This is my problem.
Okay.
You know, it's one thing that the schools are making money off of ticket sales. It's one thing that the schools are making money off of like alcohol sales. It's one thing that schools are making money off of jersey sales. But the Big Ten, Cups' love and joy, signed this $7 billion TV deal.
Come on now.
Ain't nobody pay that $7 billion deal to watch Tony Petitti politic in the back room. They did that shit.
God.
They did that shit because they
man.
wanted to watch. They did that shit because they wanted to watch Blake Corum. They did that shit because they wanted to watch Chase Brown. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Let's see what we got here.
Who is this?
Oh man, Devin White to the Eagles, huh?
Wow. Yo, Eagle, Howie.
I told you.
Okay, Howie.
And they tell niggas every day that the salary. I sat there and watched Stephen Jones. We call Stephen Jones Baby Nuts. I sat there and watched Baby Nuts sit up here and say that we strap for cash because of the cap. He's a fucking liar.
You hear this? I got breaking audio of Jalen Hurts saying, "Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years." You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. Dallas last year was division champs. Y'all won y'all division last year.
Yes.
Then I say it's gonna be 4 new division champs this year. All right.
Yeah, we never win a division back to back. Nobody in our division wins it back to back.
There's gonna be there's only one team that I look at right now that should win their division, that won their division this year.
Kansas City.
Yeah, that's the only team. That's the only team that, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe San Francisco. Maybe San Francisco.
Man, they're gonna be in a dogfight with the Rams.
I keep trying to tell niggas I told it in the chat, they taking a step back, bro. If they don't,
but this is the problem. This is the problem with your statement. Let's talk about this. This is the problem with your statement. You know what I'm saying? Because sports fans, I'm about to tell you. because sports fans are too, I don't want to say short-sighted, but you're focused too much on the finale. You know what I mean? So when I think of a team taking a step back, like San Francisco, right? Do you know how hard it is? How many teams actually make the Super Bowl back to back, especially if you're the loser? So, like, you're probably automatically going to take a step back because we have qualitative information that tells us it's hard for the Super Bowl runner-up to get back. You know what I mean? So, like, by you saying that, if San Francisco doesn't get to the Super Bowl, there's no way to prove you wrong because you put such finality on it.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? If you were going to say that they, if you hold on real quick, real quick, if you were going to say that they were going to step back, that means like, yo, I don't think San Francisco is going to win the division this year. I think they're going to win 9 games because now we can hold you accountable to that. You know what I mean? If you're just saying they're not going to go to the Super Bowl, then it's like, well, not many teams do.
Well, I won't look at that just saying the Super Bowl because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is hard for niggas to they just go back to the Super Bowl in general. What I was saying with a step back is pull like a Dallas. They make it to the playoffs because San Fran normally wins at least 2 playoff games. At least. They don't really get bumped first round. You know what I'm saying? The last couple years, they haven't got bumped out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So to me, a step back for the Niners, for that team, and what they can accomplish, them getting the first round exit out the playoffs is a step back.
I mean, it is, but it's also like
it would be a disappointment.
Also natural. Like a lot of teams that make the Super Bowl and lose, a lot of them don't even make the playoffs. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so I think that when you said it, you were like, I'm about to drop this Funk Flex bomb on them. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? But we heard it as like, well, I mean, yeah, like that's what normally happens. Because I think Cincinnati. I don't think Cincinnati. Well, they did make the playoffs, but they didn't even make the NC or the AFC Championship game when they went back. You know what I mean? So like, Philly obviously lost in the first round this year. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have we had a Super Bowl? Not only, you know, we know that the Patriots repeated, the 49ers repeated, you know, Kansas City repeated, but how many times have we seen the same Super Bowl matchup in back-to-back years?
I think once with Dallas and Buffalo.
Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind for me too. You know what I mean? And maybe I can't remember correctly if
back-to-back.
Did Kansas City and Green Bay go back-to-back? Way Bart Starr and them? I don't know. But anyway, but that's the overall point is that like so to say that they're taking a step back is like they almost have to. You know what I mean? Like, so there's no, I don't think there's any credit in it. Like, that's like me saying, you know, yo, the Nuggets ain't gonna win the finals this year. That's a step back. And it's like, well, yeah, like they were at the ultimate high. So whatever they do that doesn't match what they did last year is a step back. So
I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where, like, for me, that's where the takeaway was kind of like, well, what are you trying to say? Like, put something on it as far as like they ain't going to make the playoffs, they ain't going to win the division, they're going to lose in the first, you know, whatever, like something quantifiable like that, versus just being like, don't think y'all going back to the Super Bowl, because I think most 49er fans, you know, either, well, I ain't gonna say most, but I
the
think
last
a good number
3
of 49er
years though,
fans don't think they're going to make it.
But the last 3 years though, it's always been Super Bowl. I mean, not saying that every team doesn't go in the mindset of thinking Super Bowl, but the whole narrative behind that team, especially the Niners, they've been getting boosted to go to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl for the longest, bro. Even when Jimmy G was there, you know what I'm saying?
Think about it like this, though. But see, that's what I'm saying. You're looking at it like very black and white. But think about it like this. They've gone to the Super Bowl twice in 4 or 5 years. How many teams that have hype even do that?
But they've been in the NFC Championship game,
you know
also.
I mean, but look at a team like,
out
say,
of those 4 straight years.
Look at a team like, say, forgive me for I not know what I do. But look at a team like Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were supposed to be the heir apparent, and they were supposed to knock Kansas City off the perch. And they've got to one AFC Championship game and no Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. I think as fans, sometimes we get this skewed outlook of like, because like Cups was talking about this last week with the whole like culture thing. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you don't make it here, you don't got culture. And it's like, well, how many teams are making it there? You know what I'm saying? For me to say that. And so if San Francisco doesn't make the Super Bowl like next year, but let's say they make it the year after that. Like, what we gonna say then?
Well, their teams start taking.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on how they got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you do gotta put in like when they got there, how they got there too. You know what I'm saying?
Ruby Road.
That does matter.
What's up, brother?
So like, okay. Here's one. So how, the Boston
What's up,
Celtics.
Dallas Mike?
Tell him, my good brother.
Oh, he back? Okay. Like the Boston Celtics. If they make the Eastern Conference Finals this year, but don't get to the NBA Finals, did they take a step back? You know what I'm saying?
Damn
Or
right.
if they lose in the second round, did they take a step back? Or
I mean, they're projected to go to the finals.
No, I know, but
if Boston win the whole thing, and then it's a failure.
It's a failure. I agree. But the point that I'm making though is that they've been Eastern Conference Finals or somewhere near there for the last 7 years or so.
Right.
So if they don't do it this year, did they take a step back, or is it just hard to do that shit 8 times in a row?
Well, I'll say this though, for your analogy, I feel like that in their case, no, because of their contractual situation. If the 49ers don't do it, they gotta pay Brock Purdy next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference right there. Contractually, the obligation. I mean, the Celtics, they still got Jaylen Brown and they got Tatum still.
Right.
That's their nucleus for the most part, and Porzingis.
Right.
So they just got to fill around those things. If the 49ers don't do it, they got to pay Brock Purdy. You ain't ducking that shit no more.
Right.
So you going to play Brock Purdy, IU, Debo, and McCaffrey? McCaffrey, I think, is up next year, too. And Trey Williams? If they pull that shit off.
Trey Williams probably retired by then.
I want to see
I'm
them
about to
fucking
say,
Bucks back
I
there.
agree with you on that, too, Five. I was just about to say, I think Trent will probably retire after this year.
But I get your point though. Like, your point makes sense. But I'm just saying, like, as far as being like, if this team doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, they took a step back.
I wouldn't say that.
Everybody's taking a step back.
Even this year though, going into this year, I bet you the narrative for the 49ers is still would be just like last year.
It should be
like a Super Bowl or bust.
It should be.
And like for me, I feel like when I say they're gonna take a step back, I just don't feel like they might not win their division. That's in my mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Say that. You know what I mean? Versus because you didn't say that. You started off with, I hope you don't think y'all going back to the Super Bowl. Like, that's what you said. Winning the division, not winning the division is different.
But at the same time, we just agreed that it's still like a Super Bowl or bust for them this year.
It is, and it should be.
You know what I'm saying? So that I feel what you mean. But yeah, I just feel like they're going to take a step back, and they just probably not going to win their division, bro. On some real nigga shit.
Yeah, I thought you would just put a little spice on it. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. I feel like he need that type of smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, them niggas is on top. So you want the top dogs to be kind of knocked down another notch. And my thing is, if they do go on, that means the Cowboys ain't make it. That means the Redskins ain't make it. If Philly ain't make it. So it's like, to me, I want them niggas to take a step down. Shit. I'm tired of seeing the same ass team and Kansas City.
I'm not tired of seeing them in there because at the end of the day, bro, like I keep saying, Kyle Shanahan is the biggest choker of them all. So it's just like it's fun watching him choke in these games. It's just like it's so amazing to watch. Like I be like, damn, I never thought
that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Celtics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because I hate the Celtics, so that's how I feel about them. I'm like, yeah, but it sucks. It sucks when a team that you hate has players that you like. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you. I feel what you mean with that.
Because I like players on the Celtics, But you know what I'm saying? But it's fuck the Celtics as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew.
Oh man.
Figgity real
You gotta
though.
be alive. Mike Williams signed.
Yeah,
To the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Goddamn, Devin
And
White signed with the
everybody
Eagles.
talking about Residente talking about he gonna get 1,200 yards. I was like, that motherfucker might need 1,200 stitches by the end of the season.
Word.
Hey, look.
Devin White just signed
That
with the
nigga Andy
Eagles
wrong,
on a
bro.
1-year deal.
If they play it right with Mike Williams, bro, all they need to do is get down to the red zone, have everybody have their normal tree they got that went into the Super Bowl, get down to the red zone, let him be your 50-50 ball in the end zone, bro. Just throw it up to him, let him go get it.
Yeah, but that's the problem. He'll snap his ankle doing that.
I can really see them getting a good tight end too. I really feel like that's what they're gonna try to do.
Like if he was a
Get another good tight
if
end.
he was a higher level player, he would have actually earned the nickname Street Clothes.
Damn.
A week.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know, and while we on that, props to Anthony Davis, you know, because you know he been out here.
So, Rumi
unlike
Road,
Kawhi.
now that you're just jumping in with us, I want to play something for you from Rick Pitino, and I want to get your opinion on it.
When I left, because I said it earlier in that press conference, I'm not enjoying this, and I said it not as far as the team. I'm not enjoying what goes on right now in college basketball because it's. I took bait and see for Russ Smith, Donovan Mitchell, Terry Rozier. We nurtured them through to become really good. Mashburn got into his junior year. Francisco Garcia. It's about growing. I may be looking at 3 guys returning next year. I got to bring in 10. They all become free agents, and we're sitting around at meetings. And what I really don't like about where I'm at right now is we're sitting around meeting and saying, I'm hearing this guy from North Carolina may be available. This guy from Duke, Cincinnati. This guy from Wisconsin may leave. This guy from Ohio State. And to me, I was at Iona, and the entire league was poached. Yeah, the entire league, every good player in the MAC was poached by another school. And for someone growing up who's loved college basketball, it's just not something I like. I think Jay Wright got out of it because of that, and he's not only a tremendous coach, but a tremendous person. And and there's no correctable solution. Yeah, unless they become employees where we can sign them to contracts for 2-3 years. You know, I don't blame a kid to put his name in a hat. He's making, say, 6 figures, and he can make high 6 figures. Why not? Yeah, we would all do that if we could. Yeah, you know, you guys are great at what you do, and all of a sudden, if you put your name out there in the media world, and you could quadruple your pay, you would do it as well. You all have families, so it's something I'm not used to, something I don't like, and it's not enjoyable. I don't think the green is me.
How you feel about that, Rumi Road?
I mean, it's a different game we're in. You know, college basketball is definitely. I mean, well, I ain't just college basketball, college sports in general. I mean, ever since the transfer portal, of course, you know, you got some people that like it, some people that don't like it. I mean, that's just the game we in now. It's like, it sucks. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the good that comes out, but then you do got players that just like haul and tail just because they ain't getting no playing time. It's just like, do players even want to compete anymore? It's almost like you got to make sure I get a guaranteed spot or I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, shit. Go Rick Pitino retired at one point. Didn't he go to St. John's coach right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put that nigga out.
Yeah, he should have set his ass down from there with shit. Anybody tell him to come on
and the fucking DUIs he got.
That's why he ended up in Iona.
That's like he even coaching again.
That's why he ended up in Iowa. Iona. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he was at Iona. He was at Iona crying to get another job.
Yeah, like, man, sit your ass down some damn weird shit.
Fuck out of here, nigga. I want to hear that. You sound like a slave owner when slavery was over with.
Well, that's what.
Oh man, we were having such a good old time. What happened to the good old days?
Well, right. But I do like the fact.
Ain't your mama on that shit.
But I do like the fact that he said that he doesn't blame the players and we would all do the same thing if we could. So at least he has that perspective. Whereas somebody like a Dabo is like, he was talking about like, if the players get paid, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, what's the point? Then if you think about it, then you're more than contradicting yourself. If you're gonna sit there and say I don't like college basketball, but you're gonna say, but if I was a player, I would be doing the same thing. So I understand what.
But he understands.
I don't think it's a contradiction. Like I don't like when no shot at Dallas, Mike. I don't like when people talk about LeBron versus Jordan all the time. But that's what people watch. That's what they click on. So I can't get mad at somebody for talking about it if they getting views out of it. I'm just not gonna watch it.
But he's also a part of it too. He's also a part of it, being a coach in it. He's like, you're a part of it though. You know what I'm saying?
But he understands the power dynamic between paid and free labor. You know what I'm saying?
And he's like, also 71. He's also 71 years old.
In the culture.
Yeah, these niggas are out of touch. They want you to be a digital servant.
Right.
They control the amount of money that you get and bring in. And you still got to be a.
He still got a point though.
In college football, you gotta play 2 years. I mean, they're getting 2 years of free labor out your ass. Literally.
Well, no, I think he still wants them to get the money. You know,
it's just the fact that like he said in the joint, he said, but like he said, he was like, yeah, I want them to get the bread, but then you have this hour where like, nah, niggas, like the effort is not there, the competitive nature. Because think about it, back then, if you was to sit here and say, all right, I gotta beat out this nigga just to get myself in a position like he might be an all-star player or whatever. I gotta beat out him or do better than him or show up to practice and do better, you know what I'm saying? So I can get my bread. That makes a nigga want to go do that shit. You work for that shit. It's like in a general. But I understand like players, it's like a 50-50 thing. Like some players gonna put in the work and continue to put in the work after getting the bread. Some gonna put in the work where once they get the bread, then that's all they want and that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I don't think every situation is black and white like that. Because I mean, I feel like some players might get an opportunity through injury. Some players might get an opportunity through just subbing into the game and might make 1 or 2 pop plays that jump out of your TV screen, and they might not be the regular starter over maybe a Jaylen Waddle or whatever. All right, well, I got my opportunity to shine. My name is out there. Maybe instead of being a 3 or 4 on Alabama, I can transfer right now, and I know I can go somewhere where I can contribute and I can be on the field. It don't got to necessarily be I can't beat these guys out. I mean, some programs have niggas set 2 years before they even step on the field.
Well, each sport
what about the competitive side?
Each sport has a different problem, though.
Yeah, each sport does have different problems for sure.
But what about the side of all right, like who was it that just said? Because it was like he sat behind.
It was the Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Mo Claiborne and some other people.
Yeah, you know, like it's like players that that's great. Like these niggas is nasty. Like I would want to play behind them too, to learn from them too, because that's what's gonna make me better. If I'm competing against
that's how it was though. Shit. If you don't think the portal was around, you don't think Honey Badger would have been like, nigga, I'm better than Clinton Dix right now.
I feel you. I feel what you mean. But then
I'm better than Mark Barron right now.
But would he have learned what he learned if he wasn't behind Patrick Peterson, if he wasn't behind Claiborne? Like what happened?
What is sitting on right now though, and they would have had to do the same thing today if they didn't have that. But I'm telling you,
the only reason Arch is sitting behind Quinn Ewers is his last name. You know what I mean? If he was Arch Wilson, you know, he would have transferred already. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what I was going to say was each sport has a different problem. Like, because in college football, even if you're getting minimal time, that's enough time for you to get injured and derail your career. You know what I mean?
Just got out.
With basketball, you know, the problem is that once you turn 21 or so, the league is like, I'm gonna draft him in the second round or not draft him because he's old now, and I want this 19-year-old.
Right.
So like if you're in college basketball, you can't afford to sit behind anybody because you're literally costing yourself millions in the NBA. You know, now.
Yeah, I look at the fact too. What if my mom is broke as a bitch? I get an opportunity to go make some money. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people don't realize these kids are not as much as they used to be in the back in the day, but a lot of kids are not coming from affluent backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna need this motherfucking check, nigga. Like, so I need to go get this money.
I think the level.
I'm in college for the long term.
Yeah, I think the
people go to college to make money.
I think with the football aspect of college football, I think players are looking at it like they have the option. I can either go to the league, I can play and go to the league and make millions that way, or I could just play college ball because I'm so good. You know what I'm saying? Make enough money for on my college side and do it.
So Lethal, do you feel like do we have Lethal? Do we still have Lethal?
There he is. Okay.
So Lethal, let me ask you this. Do you feel like when Jalen Hurts was underperforming, when he had the long hair, when he was underperforming and he was benched in the national championship game, do you feel like he should have stayed and competed with Tua for that next season instead of going to Oklahoma?
Good question, though. That's a good question.
And we just lost Lethal.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good ass question, bro. Dog, you are. Dog, that shit. That's what that brings it all together to me. I'm gonna let him get back before I say anything else.
The only thing I'll say, I won't answer the question. I'll let him answer it first. But the only thing that I'll say is that was a once in a lifetime situation.
I feel that, but I mean, it's still a situation that happened. I mean, I know we can't use outliers, or not can't use, but don't like to. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, shoot.
All right, even with back. Here we go.
All right, but yeah. So Lethal, do you feel like Jalen Hurts, when he was underperforming in the national championship and he got benched for Tua, do you feel like he should have stayed that next season and competed with Tua for the starting job instead of transferring to Oklahoma?
Well, no. Remember, he did stay, didn't he?
He left after that year. No, he left after he left.
He left after that year. He left.
No, because I thought the next year Tua got hurt in the SEC title game, and Hurts came back and won that.
Oh yeah. Because he ran.
That was the year that was the year Georgia ran the dumbass fake punt with Justin Fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so he left the year after that. Yeah.
Now, if you look at it like that, though, when he left after that year, he gave Tua a chance to, take over for Alabama, do his thing, and while he go do his thing at another school. But I feel like that's if he had left that year though, when Tua won the joint, came in and won the joint, and he would have left, then I would have said, yeah, he should have stayed and competed for sure. You know what I'm saying? And tried to, do better. But someone like Joe Burrow, Ohio State ain't really want him there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had him third on the joint, and he won't that particular freshman year, he won't as good, but he goes to LSU, ball out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
LSU not known for QBs though. You know what I'm saying? He was
exactly. You know what I'm saying? They won't. So I mean, and then certain colleges during that, like, instead of now, because we're dealing with something totally different now with college football. Before these NIL deals and the transfer portal, I mean, for real, bro, niggas just sat behind good people and just waited till they got their time. You know what I'm saying? And showed out too. So it's like, I used to like that.
Yeah, Charlie Ward had to sit behind Danny Cannell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind. I like the simple fact. I don't mind players getting their money. College players getting their bread. You should, for sure. But at the same time, like, it still a little bit takes away some of the competitive nature that molded some of these players into who they are now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, where would some of these players be at if they didn't have that 5-star recruit in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, teaching him the ropes or learning from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the gamble that you take.
Bro,
and that's the gamble that Nick Saban wanted to keep.
You said what happened?
That's what Nick Saban wanted to keep, because he went what? Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry,
back to back, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, they had Kamara at one point.
Yeah, I'm about to say Kamara left to go to Tennessee.
Drake, they had some crazy.
But what if Kamara had to stay though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he never had the option to leave? He would have never made it to the league.
And he went to Tennessee. And
he would have. I think he still would have. I think he definitely wouldn't have got paid what he got paid.
No, but I think I'm just going off opportunity though. Like, I don't
Think
think he
about
really got
it.
the
Well, think
job
about it.
opportunity.
This dude from Louisville, Garendo, he was the backup that didn't play very much this season. 6'1", 233. He ran that 4.2 or whatever it was. He about to get
Yeah.
paid now. You know what I mean? So like there are opportunities out there, but obviously you would rather play versus have to rely on the combine
Yeah.
to
And
get
prove
you
it.
that payday. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah.
That's not good business. My thing is when you become a business and a brand, that happens when you start playing in the collegiate game. Like the
Like
University of Texas is a brand. So
how do
when
you
they hire a
feel
head coach, they're gonna bring a head coach in that's gonna match their brand. So when I step on the football field, Michael Powell, I'm a brand at this point. So I gotta protect my brand and whatever I got going on within that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
But
I think
you still gotta show up though, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta protect your brand, but you still gotta show up and represent the brand the same way that you try to protect your own self and
no,
all.
but
So it's like,
think about it like this, Lethal. Think about it like this. What if you're Malik Murphy, right?
mm,
You're at Texas. You're like, hey, this is the University of Texas. I know I'm gonna make the NFL if I kill it here. Quinn Ewers comes in, so you're like, all right, Quinn Ewers got the starting job. Let me hold up. Arch Manning coming here too, and you ain't beating out Arch Manning no
see,
matter
a
what. You
legacy
know what I
kid.
mean? Like, yeah, you ain't beating him out just off of his last name alone. If he's anything decent, they're going to play him.
Period.
So now you're telling him to
The
sit
thing.
there, hope that Arch Manning gets hurt or whatever, so he can have an opportunity. Because think about it, he was the backup this year, but because of how the transfer calendar works, he had to leave before they even played their playoff game. So Quinn Ewers could have got hurt. Knock on wood, I'm glad he didn't. But he could have got hurt. Malik Murphy would have been playing Washington in that playoff game. You know what I mean? But when Ewers didn't get hurt, he would have sat there, missed out on spring practice, and then he would have had to transfer in August anyway, and try to beat out somebody with a month left before the season starts.
Come on, bro.
I
Yeah,
mean, I feel what you're
literally.
saying. I feel what you're saying, bro. I'm not disagreeing. All I'm
It's
saying is like
situational. It's situational.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's 50-50 with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it really depends on the player, on what they want, what they really going for, and it depends on the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you
Yeah,
gonna still
like
be
once
loyal?
JJ McCarthy became the starter, there
It's
was
his
no reason for
that
Cade
yeah,
McNamara to hang around.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, facts.
if I know
Facts.
if
He was
I
straight
know
to
that
Iowa.
this is go right, if this go be
Out of
my
here.
quarterback, like you my quarterback and shit, like if as a coach, I'm gonna set the competition. I'm gonna bring in people. I'm gonna set the competition. If I feel like this the best choice, I'm gonna go with this, and I'm not gonna bring in nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a backup, of course, but I'm not gonna bring nobody else in because I want to let him know that I'm loyal to him right now. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
but you know what the problem is? People take like Cups was talking about the outlier. People take the outlier and try to make it the standard because you got somebody like Baker Mayfield who was a walk on and then
Mm-hmm.
ended up the #1 draft pick. So like people are like, just tough it out or like just do what you got to do and it'll happen for you. And it's like I think Baker Mayfield the only person that I could think of that ever did something like that.
Yeah,
we
yeah. I think he's the only person who turned a walk on into a #1 overall pick.
Wow.
So you know what I mean? So you can't. It's like when like if we say something like this is how we're being treated and somebody be like, "What Obama was president?" They're like, "Yo, that ain't got nothing to do with me." Like, you
Hell
know what I'm
no.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that's how we view it to like some fans, we view it that way of like Baker Mayfield did it, why can't you?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's
100%.
There
like,
can
well,
only
I
be
And
probably
one path like that. There can only be one
yeah,
story like that.
only
right.
one. And I feel like Obama was a piece of shit. You know, I had to say that out loud. He signed a
but
whole
you
bunch
know,
of cop bills,
but
into effect. We couldn't even get a law for us to be protected out here. But yeah, that's
you
another
know,
story.
All
stop
right,
Asian
fellas.
hate.
Listen,
Stop Asian hate, bro. You know.
man,
Let's
I've seen
wrap
more
this.
Asian people beat up on people than a little bit.
The way we're gonna wrap this up tonight, we're gonna wrap this up with a couple blind reveals.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this basketball or football?
This is football.
Okay.
I was thinking about what could possibly be
Trying to think who you've been talking about this week.
the best wide receiver season in, I don't want to say recent history, but I guess in league history.
Okay.
And I was thinking of a couple seasons, and the first one that immediately came to mind was, of course, 2007. But I was looking some stuff up.
Of course, that came to mind. Not Megatron, right?
Yeah, right. Not Megan.
Not Megatron, which is that one on the left. That is Megatron, I believe. I believe so. If that's 1,848 yards, I believe it is. If it's not, it's Cooper Kupp. I'm trying to remember who got close to the record.
It can't be. Is like you gotta look at the touchdowns, bro. The touchdowns is 15 on the left.
The screen that went black, so
and 23 on the right.
Well, the 23 is Randy Moss.
That 15 on there, that's a tough one. Who had 15 fucking touchdowns?
The 23 is Randy Moss. Let's see, 16 games. I don't know if he's trying to do I don't know if he's trying to do a Jedi trick, and that's Jerry Rice.
Is that Des Bryant?
Is it Moss and Rice?
Is it Des Bryant? Like,
oh, Jerry look Rice. At me! Look at me!
1995, Jerry Rice, 1,800 yards, 15 receiving touchdowns. Randy Moss, the year Randy Moss, in 2007, they say it was one of I've seen places where they say it was the best wide receiver season. I was like, I know he had 23 touchdowns, but I mean, man barely broke 1,500 yards, and he didn't lead the league of receptions or receiving yards.
It just depends on how you look at it, because Julio Jones has had a lot of years with a lot of yards, but like 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So definitely, I seen the 1995 season from Jerry Rice, and also have one more that might surprise you.
Well, didn't Jerry Rice have one where he had 20 touchdowns or so in like 12 games or something like that?
Yeah, and he only had 1,000 yards that season, though.
I know, but it just depends on what you value. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what you value. If you value the touchdowns, then all that other stuff don't matter.
And that's why I made the metric the Randy season, because people is widely regarded as the wide receiver season, like the prototypical, like he broke the record and he had at least 1,400 yards. But again, the reason why he didn't lead the league was because Reggie Wayne had 1,510 yards and Randy Moss had 1,498.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain stuff like that. And then we got another one more. Well, actually, I got 2 more. This is another blind reveal. And the only reason I'm doing this is because if this was regarded as the best, and I'm not even showing Coop yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can get that to come up.
Yeah, let me see. I can't see that. Let's see. All right, so Randy Moss again. And then I can't see the... All I
14,
can see is the
14 games, 115 receptions, 1,013, 700 receiving yards. With touchdowns, he had 18. 1 pro, 1 all-pro. No Hall of Fame, no championship.
That's all right, what is it now?
It's 18 receptions for the touchdowns, 18 touchdowns. Receiving yards, he had 1,374, and then his receptions was
is that something crazy like Odell Beckham or something?
Had to be like that.
This is from the 2020.
Oh, that's Brandon Marshall.
No, he said 2020.
Oh, that's 2020.
So 20.
Is it Tyreek Hill?
No.
So what was the last part you said though?
No.
About you said no championship. What you said?
There's no champ. They're all pro, and they had a Pro Bowl. I seen that 117, bro.
Justin Jefferson?
Jefferson's a good guess. That's a good guess.
But do y'all feel like this is comparable to Randy's season, to Randy's GOAT year? Do y'all feel like this is comparable? Do y'all feel like the numbers?
No.
I mean, he didn't play in 2 games compared to the Randy. Like he ain't playing 2 extra games,
But maybe
so
Jamar Chase.
he could have broken the. He definitely could have. He
Ooh, it
definitely
could
could
be
have had
Jamar
the
Chase.
No, just not Jamar Chase.
115.
No,
115. Is that CD
they
Lamb?
that would have been
Is that
Jamar
CD
Chase's
Lamb?
Rookie year. If it's
Who
Jamar
was
Chase,
that?
that would have been his rookie year.
What about AJ Brown?
Devontae Adams. I knew it was somebody. I knew it. It was 115.
I was
That
thinking D Hop
115 was
originally. I was thinking D
Who was
Hop,
it?
but Devontae
Oh,
Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae
Okay,
Adams.
word.
Played 2 less games, only had 100 less yards, and 5 less touchdowns. And you saying that's not
He did
comparable?
ball out though. That was the year I think they was supposed to, they
No,
was
I
about to
don't
pay
think
him
it's
or some shit.
comparable because I think that Aaron Rodgers was force feeding Devontae Adams the ball
Oh, he was.
versus Randy Moss was like getting open and like getting the ball, or like he just throw
I
his
mean, but
hand up.
Randy, at the same time though, like that 2007 year with Brady and Randy, it was like really all Randy did was run go routes, and Brady would just bomb a joint to
That's what I'm
him, bro.
saying.
It
But he was
won't.
still throwing it to Wes Welker and whoever
Yeah,
else. Like you know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah, Wes
Like
Walker was still having 1,500-yard seasons in between them jumps.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But with Devontae Adams, it was literally like
Him.
just him.
you know how we talk about Justin Fields. It's like he did his first read and then he took off. Like that was
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. Like if as soon as he stepped back, if Randall Cobb or whoever didn't have a step, he was throwing it to Devontae.
Period. Point blank.
All
Yeah.
right, I got. All
I mean,
right,
it's
these
still
last
impressive
2.
though because obviously if he was the option, like it's still impressive if the defense knows it's coming.
Yeah, definitely. He was going crazy that year though, for sure. I remember watching him a lot on TV. Like I'm like, damn, that back shoulder shit was crazy.
All right, here we go with one more.
So this one got to be Cooper Kupp in here now since you said what you said earlier.
No, not yet, because we already know Cooper Kupp had the triple crown. Cooper Kupp had, I think, 19 touchdowns that year, either 19 or 16.
Right.
So
yeah, he went 8.
So it's still Randy Moss.
This is versus Randy.
Let's see.
This is versus Randy's 2007 season.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the other.
You can barely see that shit. You know I'm blind.
So y'all got 4. They played all 16 games. They got 90 receptions.
Oh, I can see the name now. I can see the name now.
Who was it?
It was Gronk.
Oh, Gronkowski? Oh shit, that's a good one though.
I only pulled that up because I was like, you know, what I'm saying 18 total touchdowns compared to 23.
And you was in the lab, my nigga. Both of them jump was hard, dog.
My nigga said he was in the lab.
I got the first one. I got the first one though.
Yeah, he was in the lab cooking up with that shit. That was fire. I fuck with that. You gotta do that more often.
Gronk from 2011 was crazy, bro. People don't understand how trill this nigga was. All right, here go the last one. But this one is...
So both of those, it's fitting that you picked both of those since they both lost to the Giants.
Oh my
damn.
gosh. So,
who had the better loser season?
That's fucked up, yo.
Now I gotta spark the blunt. Here we go.
Which one of these motherfuckers was the most glorious in losing to the Giants?
Which one?
Which year was the most painful year? Was it the David Tyree or was it the?
It's got to be the David Tyree.
Yeah, the Tyree shit was wild though. I ain't gonna hold you.
They were going for 19-0. It got to be that year.
The thing that it was so wild though, how Eli got out of the sack. I'm like, how the fuck are you not tackling this nigga?
Eli.
I hold the Patriots.
Nigga, son.
I hold the Patriots responsible.
Here,
I hold the Patriots responsible for the fact that I still have to watch Mercury Morse come out and rap every year.
Oh, I love Mercury Morse, yo.
All right, I made sure it wasn't gonna show up this time. These are entire careers stacked up.
All right, so not Randy Moss, maybe.
So they both Hall of Famers. One has a championship.
You know, I do timeout though. I do hate the fact that the shit says head to head. I do hate that.
It says what? Oh, the head to head.
Yeah, I hate that so much. Like they don't even guard each other.
Wide receivers, right?
Yeah. Let's see here. I can't see it that well though.
They got Pro Bowl. The right side has 6 Pro Bowls. Left side has 4 Pro Bowls. 4 All Pros on the right side.
I'm gonna just make a guess. Is one of these Antonio Brown?
No.
Okay.
Is one Larry Fitzgerald?
No.
No, Will. Larry don't have. Yeah.
One is Julio.
No.
Damn, Steve Smith?
No. They're both Hall of Famers.
Okay. Oh, both Hall. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, both Hall of
Famers. Yeah. They're both. But only one of them won a ship though. Is that Hines Ward? Is Hines Ward one of them?
With 15,000 yards? Try again.
Yeah,
he has a ship.
Damn Hines Ward. Yeah,
ain't
no damn Hines. He ain't got no 15,000 yards.
He might have had. Oh, yeah.
No, he might not have had. No.
He might have had 15,000 block yards.
Is one of them Marvin Harrison?
No.
One Chris Carter?
Do y'all have a good glimpse of the numbers?
I can see the numbers.
One caught the ball more than the other, though. For sure. But one racked up the receivers yard. So one had to be sweet as a bitch after the catch. For sure.
And they played against each other in the playoffs, too.
What's the year? Like, give me like a era. What eras are we looking at? That's tough.
They Hall of Famers.
All right, they was before Fitz.
Okay.
All right.
Torrey Holt.
Give it one more shot.
Not Torrey Holt.
Isaac Bruce.
Okay.
I was thinking greatest show on turf.
Once he said before Fitz, I gotta. Is one T.O.?
No, T.O. don't have a championship.
That's true. Randy Moss. Wait. Yeah, Randy Moss saying who's the other one? I can't see that.
The other one's
Isaac
behind
Bruce.
the clock.
All right. Isaac Bruce. All right. Randy and Isaac. Okay.
All right, so what are you proving with this one?
That Randy is so great.
Because I don't think anybody has ever said that Isaac Bruce is better than Randy Moss.
But see, here's the thing.
So you making up arguments again.
Hold on.
I'm not making up an argument. I'm just saying the numbers are almost identical.
Hold on. But
I'm enjoying the Blue Devils getting their ass whooped right now.
The only reason why Randy's numbers are higher with lesser receptions than Isaac Bruce is because, like I said, Randy was your typical deep ball go-getter. You just bomb an 80-yarder joint to him, and he gonna moss that bitch on you in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Isaac Bruce, on the other hand, he had to do a lot of his joints after the catch. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Randy Moss
he just had a wide open speed.
Like he had the speed that typical big receivers like that don't have. So like, it's almost like the LeBron effect, where you
just throw it up there, bro. All you gotta do
is
as
fast as Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? It's like
and you just launch that bitch to that nigga, bro. Who during his era, bro, he learned from Chris Carter, and during that time, bro, he literally had nothing to do but just go deep. He had a game against the Cowboys where he took a screen, bop, ran that bitch down the sideline, scored. Then his second reception was a touchdown. It was a bomb down the sideline.
His first three were. He had 3 catches, I think.
That's what I'm saying, for 3 touchdowns. Like, all you gotta do is just throw it to him. Like, bro.
But while we talking about it, people got to stop forgetting about CC, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Chris Carter taught Randy everything he needed to know about being a complete receiver. Bro.
CC is in the pound for pound.
17 at 30.
He's in the pound for pound best receiver conversation.
For sure.
Chris Carter, for
sure. I agree with you, bro. Bro, niggas act like Chris Carter is just like a forgotten man. Like, bro, this nigga he was nasty.
Out of all the old people that we talk about, the old players that we talk about, when before today did we talk about Chris Carter?
I feel you.
Y'all be bringing up people like Ocho Cinco. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be bringing up people like fucking.
I think because when we back then with Chris Carter thing, like the route running was never something that like niggas used to hone in on back then. It was just the fact that like
You
how
know
he
why?
used to catch the ball, bro. Like
You
the
know
nigga
why?
just
Because Chris
Cause what?
Carter is Tyrese Halliburton.
weak.
Mm,
The style. It was the style.
mm.
Because he was going to the sideline and toe tapping before it was
Hell yeah,
cool. Where Jerry Rice was the Trey Young that was catching it after like 3 yards and going 60 with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Taking
you know what I'm
to the
saying? And
house.
like
It's the
yeah.
Tim Duncan thing.
My man Chris Carter was
He was
Mr.
just elegant.
Fundamental. Catch that bill like yeah, for sure. For
You know what I'm
sure. Chris
saying?
Carter
It's the
was the Lynn Swan. Was the Lynn Swan
You know what I mean?
of
Like
that
Chris
era, bro.
Carter, is better than a lot of dudes that we talk about. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Oh, Mike gone. Oh man, I was hoping that.
Yeah, Mike's out
Uh,
here.
yeah, I was hoping that maybe tomorrow. I was hoping that he was gonna get into his Shacked and a Fool versus we done
Oh
with the
man.
Jays.
Boy, boy. Because
But I don't
we
I, I
done
don't
with
want
the
it to turn
A's,
into a
man.
I don't want it to turn into a Jordan LeBron thing though. That's what
you
I'm
know
scared
it
of.
will, because he still
You
ended up
know it
saying
will.
talking about how Jordan ain't got a left, or how he supposedly don't got a left, but he always had a left, and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
we
Cause that dude was lying.
hey,
Like he was pulling up these cherry picked videos and people was believing him.
and then like I seen the joint. I seen the joint actually, bro. I think I saved it to my page. It was a dude. He did the same shit. He was like, bro, nigga said nigga Jordan don't got a left. I'm looking at the clip. See, nigga, there go him on the left. Oh, there him driving it. Pull off with the left. Like I'm
No.
like,
Just like my guy, all because he pissed off MJ, we don't even talk about Isaiah Thomas.
Mm, mm,
We don't even
mm.
talk about him. That
Zay
man
Thomas
beat
or John Stockton?
that Zay Thomas. That man beat Bird, Jordan, and Magic, like, you know what I mean, consecutively. Like not all in the same season per se, but in consecutive years.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm
Took him
saying? At
down.
like 6'1" and probably not even, you know what I mean? With Joe
I agree
Dumars
on
as
that,
his
bad
next best
boy.
player.
I agree with you. I
You
agree
know what
with
I'm
you.
saying?
Zay Thomas was definitely like that, for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying.
Wait till LeBron retires from the league, and then when KD
Come
start,
on, aren't you a man? Are you a man? Bringing up LeBron. Yay,
I'm just saying,
yay,
bro. Wait till
yay,
LeBron
yay.
retires from the league. Wait till KD retire from the league. Then Halliburton, Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Then all these the young ones. You know what I'm saying? Garland. We'll start viewing them in the same light that we view all our players that
But
we watch now.
I don't know if I see. So you got Anthony Edwards off of potential, right? And you got Jason Tatum. I don't know if I see anybody else that's really like
What you mean? Like, what about
worthy
you
of
got?
that conversation.
You don't think like somebody like I'm just throwing names out like because they're
Yeah.
still big names. Like you don't think like Devin Booker could you know what I'm saying end up doing that? You don't think like maybe
No.
like
No, I think once Durant leaves, Devin Booker is a 8 seed or
really?
I mean obviously it'll depend on who they put around him, but but I don't view Devin Booker as y'all get on my back. I mean, they lost the game that he scored 70 points.
Come on,
But
bro.
that was because the team was trash.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe's was too.
Phil Parker.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if Devin Booker had like remember I was talking about I don't think you were on that night, but Cups remembers when I said this. I was talking about Paolo Banchero, and
Okay.
Mhm.
I was saying that I really like him, but I think he's already what he is. Like I don't know how much better he's gonna be. Like his numbers might get better, but I don't know what else he's adding to his game that's gonna make him better 5 years from now. And that's how I feel
You
about
don't
Devin
think it
Booker.
you don't think it would be just like the timeline of it, like the experience of it, like the more time he in it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Devin is still only been in the league for like 5 years, 6 years now.
No.
Has it been longer than that?
Yeah, he was on that Kentucky team with Carl
Oh
Anthony Towns.
yeah, with Catnum.
Yeah, that was 2015 when they went undefeated. So
but
that's what
he
that's
came. But he
9
came
years
in.
ago, right
Yeah,
there.
but he came. But this the first time that we got Devin Booker, like the last 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? That's been the first time we actually get to see Devin Booker on the media side.
That's kind of the problem though. Because like let's just say LeBron retired at the end of this season, right?
Next
So
up will
you
be
got
KD.
well,
Next up will be KD.
hold up. Yeah, you got KD and Steph are like 36, right?
Right.
Even Giannis is like 28 or 29 now. You know what I mean? And he's right there. Embiid came in the league, I want to say the year before Booker. But then by that time, Jason Tatum is probably 30, and, they've been to the conference finals or finals the last 7 years. Like, at some point, them legs going to get tired, you know what I mean? Or the injuries are going to start, unfortunately. So, you know what I mean? There might be a long gap in between KD and Curry are gone. Who's next? Because Luka don't keep himself in good shape.
But
So
Luka's like Jokic. Like they really don't really like. They don't really got the same passion for the game.
That's what I'm saying. So
You know what I'm saying?
I think Jokic, we might have tops. We might have 3 years of Jokic left.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know
I
what I
could agree with
mean?
that. I agree with that.
Luka is the person that's on pace to get near LeBron, but the more LeBron keeps playing and coming back, he ain't gonna get there. So like, and next time Luka gets paid, Jaylen Brown just got what 305 or something like that. So Luka's like, I need 320.
Straight up.
So like after I sign a $320 million deal, do I want to sign another one? Like, yeah, I might want to get more money, but do I want to go through the grind and play another couple of years after getting 320 million in one contract?
If Luka win a chip,
Which I don't know if he will.
I agree. But what I'm saying, like, if he win a joint, he'll probably more likely retire after he win just
That's what
one
I'm
joint.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you mean with the
mindset. It would have to be Anthony Edwards or SGA.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that. And that's cool though, because like you said, the transition. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once
but there's two problems. One plays in Minnesota and the other one plays in Oklahoma City.
But that makes it better though. No, for real, that makes it better because now we're not thinking of the Lakers, like the known teams that Lakers and goddamn Boston and
until
Miami.
The Lakers get one of them. Until Jason Tatum ends up a Laker.
True, but I don't think, you know what I'm saying, like if Tatum wants to win a ship, he'll probably want to stay. The best choice for him would be just stay in Boston. You know what I'm saying? If he really want to try to win a chip, that's the best choice. Because if he goes somewhere else, bro, the pressure is going to be on for him to win that chip with that team. If he doesn't, bro, you know what I'm saying, then that'll probably derail half of his legacy right there. So
who is the pressure on right now? Because we went through where people wanted to see Kobe win without Shaq. Then once Kobe got his, it was like, all right, LeBron, you're up. KD was supposed to be next, but then he ran to Golden State. You know what I mean? So then after KD got his, I feel like Giannis started getting a little, hey, you got to win. So like Tatum might be that guy now, but not because of he's Jason Tatum, just because Boston has been so close over the last couple of years. So who's the next dude that's got the pressure on?
I feel like it's two people really, bro. Jimmy Butler is one.
I don't think he's one.
I think he won.
I don't think he's not on that level though. Like he's not on that superstar. Like he plays like a superstar. But I don't think people view him the way we view Giannis or LeBron or like on that same level.
But why though? Everywhere Butler went, bro, it ain't where he went. It ain't like he was not. He won an asset. Like
you ready? You ready for this one, Cups?
Well, yeah.
Because Jimmy Butler is the ultimate lovable, don't give any effort guy. Jimmy Butler doesn't play until the playoffs. So it has to be somebody that during the regular season
goes in the whole
is
time
excelling.
and
yes.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And they have to build that over the course of the 82 games to be like, because like when Giannis got the pressure, it was right after Kawhi got the ring in Toronto, and Giannis had a 2-0 lead, and Toronto came back, and then it was like, is Giannis ever going to finish this off? He's the Greek freak. Like Jimmy Butler's kind of, I don't want to call him old, but Jimmy Butler's already 34 or 35.
Yeah, and he's been there. You know what I'm saying? He's been
there.
He's been to the finals.
So it would have to be somebody like SGA or Edwards, but they're not ready yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just starting. You know what I mean? Who's that person? It might be Luka. It could be.
I was about to say. I think honestly it's just Tatum and Luka.
Yeah, it could be Luka, where people are like, yo, especially now, like it's like, yo, what you doing? 6 30-point triple doubles in a row. You know, never been done before. That's cool. Your team's still losing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go win something. Because it could be Durant to some degree, where it's like, you know.
I felt like it's always been, but see, like Durant was supposed to win them joints when he was at OKC. The fact that he left to go and then, because LeBron, everybody look at LeBron.
He skipped the line.
Like, well, he skipped, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of look at it like, well, shit, bro. When LeBron left to go to Miami, yeah, he won him some chips, but he still went back to Cleveland and brought Cleveland a chip. So it's like KD never went back to OKC and brought OKC a chip. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like KD.
But it's also different because Bron from there too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's understandable too. But I mean, shit, bro. If I didn't win one with the team that drafted me, and I go to another team and win a joint, I would feel more kind to come back to the team that drafted me and still try to put one in the bank for y'all. You know, I think
at this point, Durant is he just wants to win wherever he can win. Like if Russia had an NBA team that had good players, he would go play on that to win a championship.
Straight up, I'm just trying to ball.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just trying to ball. Like, you know what I mean? So Anthony Edwards, they're going in the right direction. You know, they got their twin towers. You know, obviously Cat's hurt right now. SGA is in the MVP conversation. So if Tatum wins this year, as he should, I think it goes to Luka for like 2 or 3 years, and then by then one of SGA or Edwards, one of those two.
So
if they stay where they are, that becomes your new rivalry.
When will you put Wembley into that must start after 4 years?
He's a ways.
It's like it's ways. Like
because they don't have anything right now but him. So you know what I mean? Like, so he can't jump in front of SGA and Tate or Edwards until the Spurs has a team that we think could just win 45 games at least.
At least.
And they might be 3 years away from that.
Well, what about Embiid then? So like, because Embiid been in his joint for a little second, do we just like push past like how close he's supposed to be? He should have been just like Giannis. He should have been one of the joint.
I think that with Embiid, we don't consider him that same way because of the injuries.
That's like
he's
AD.
Always missing time. You know what I'm saying?
That's like AD though.
But AD got a chip already. Even, you know what I mean? Like, and some people argue that he could have been Finals MVP of that series.
But does he get that chip by himself though? Like, if he didn't have
nobody
a LeBron,
gets it by themselves.
I mean,
I get except for Olajuwon.
If he didn't have LeBron, does AD ever win a chip? like that's my thing. Like if AD never went to the Lakers and played with LeBron, does he ever get a chip?
If LeBron didn't go to Miami, does he have a chip right now?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes, that eventually he still would have broke through, but it would have took a lot longer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, so SGA and Edwards already have their other piece. You know what I mean? Like, he SGA has Chet, who we can see coming. He ain't there yet, but we can see it. And Jalen Williams has been balling this year. You know, Edwards has Cat, and at least defensively, he's got Gobert. So, like, both of them have cornerstones right now that when Jokic
They could
does
feed off.
leave,
Yeah, they could feed
yeah,
off of
like,
them.
you know what I mean? Like, you can see that next team that's on the horizon, if you will. Because Kawhi and Paul George about to be out of here in 2, 3 years max. Not even retirement, but just winning, being a championship level player. They're probably about to be done with that part of their career. You know, so the West is Luca, SGA, and Edwards for the next at least 6 years. And then Wemby, and then once Wemby hits year 7, because year 7 was when Jordan won. You know, I think LeBron won year 9. So around 7 is when we're like, all right, Wemby, what you got?
That's where I am with Tatum. I'm like, bro, let's see it, bro. Let's see the Mamba. Let's see
Yeah,
that Mamba mentality, bro.
yeah, and like I said, Embiid, I think would be considered if he was reliable, like from a health standpoint.
But then you that get a question for like for James Harden when he especially when he went to the Rockets that year, then he went to Philly with Embiid. Like Harden was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, Ben broke through it when him joints.
Yeah, you put a choker next to an injured dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, James Harden, I think Durant saved James Harden
Really?
because, yeah, because if Durant would have stayed in OKC and failed and not won a title, I think we would have spent so much time on that we would have missed Harden not winning a title. You know what I mean? Whereas if KD did win a title, Harden was on Houston. He was on Houston while Durant was in Golden State. So he never really got that pressure. Like fans might have had conversations of like, is Harden going to do it? But I don't think he would have got the media scrutiny because people would have been like, who's supposed to beat the Warriors? I mean, Kawhi only beat him
Yeah,
because of
he was
injuries.
supposed to, and he had a meltdown. I mean, I felt like they held
Yeah.
him accountable for that jump. But I mean, shit, they
But
was
but where
definitely
Harden
capable.
fucked up, is they were up 3-2, lost that series because they decided to miss 27 straight threes. But then the next year, they played the Warriors in the second round and Durant got hurt and he lost to them without Durant. So I think once that happened, I think most people were like, all right, this Harden thing ain't really a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
straight
Because
up.
it's like, we understand if you lose to them when Voltron is there. You know what I'm saying? But like they're losing one of their pieces. Now it's time for you. You had them 3-2 with everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you couldn't beat them without one of their parts.
straight up.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
definitely.
So I think he saved Harden from a lot of scrutiny that he would have got. So then by the time Durant left, you know, Houston had already let go of Chris Paul. You know, they brought Russ in and did their experiment. And then it was like, all right, Giannis. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. He's back.
Resident tapping back in us real quick in
Hey,
the hot box.
yeah, so Residente, I don't know how much of that you heard
Yo, yo,
about
yo.
how I felt that Kevin Durant in doing what he did. What up? Kevin Durant and what he did saved James Harden from kind of being in the frying pan of when you gonna win a championship.
For sure. Yeah, bro. Rez, if you're talking,
we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so I agree. I agree with it to a standpoint, but I think once he got it, then the rest of them had to win one, and that's what hurts him, is
So
because he
like
got
Russ and Harden.
Russ and Harden. So that's
Okay.
where it hurt him. It's like as long as he didn't have one and they didn't have one, it was all good. But once he got one, and then he got two, and he has two Finals MVPs to go with it. Even though he had to deal with the cupcake stuff, and he's faced that criticism for the Warrior stuff, he still is looked at as a champion. Whereas Harden is considered a choker, and Westbrook is considered a tryhard who just can't win. He's a stat stuffer to people. Like, oh, he does a lot of stuff to build stats up, but what's he won? Right? Cups.
Yeah. For sure.
so like that's what it becomes. I'm a
Westbrook fan too. I'm a Westbrook fan too.
So let me go back to my question. So who's in the frying pan right now?
Jason Tatum.
Okay, so Boston wins the title this year. Is it Luka starting next year?
No.
But if they do, is it Luka starting next year?
No, it's Embiid.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, bro. I felt like
he's got the MVP.
Yeah, no, because Greek got it before Embiid, bro. And
Right.
I still feel like Embiid was supposed to do what Greek did, but he hasn't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get it. Like Embiid he always end up getting hurt, but I mean, shit, bro. The nigga was just an MVP not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like
last season.
That's what I'm saying. You know what
and
I'm saying?
keeping it a buck. And keeping it a buck. What white basketball player have we ever held to that standard?
Zero, because there ain't never been one good enough to do it. I mean, I think Dirk, he didn't get scrutiny, but when they lost
nobody was on that.
But when they lost that series to the Warriors, I do think people questioned him a little bit. Like he didn't get LeBron treatment.
Right.
You know what I mean? But not many people do.
Right.
But I do think that because they won 67 games that year, he won MVP, and they lost that series in game one because they allowed the Warriors to dictate. You're the one seed, and you allowed the Warriors to tell you that you're going to play small ball.
Right.
So, but I don't think that he ever got it. No, he didn't get it.
No, he didn't.
Wade never got. Hey, win one without Shaq. You know, because
no,
he didn't win with the same Shaq that Kobe did.
No, he didn't. And the way Wade won it, it was literally him.
Right.
Like it was him. Like nobody could say nothing about. They're like, oh, well, Shaq average. I think Shaq might have averaged like 20.
It was like
Shaq
13 or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't average a whole bunch. Like
everybody, every scorer needs a big man. Like I feel like you're gonna need a big man regardless. You know what I'm saying? You need at least one legit dominant big man. You know what I'm saying? To make your life 10 times easier. You know what I'm saying?
The Warriors.
Wade definitely did put that Miami team with Shaq on his back. And
that was him.
That was all.
That was him.
Sure.
That was him.
Sure.
Like nobody. And honestly, Wade's stature, everything that Wade's built on is off of that 1 year. When LeBron was playing with Cleveland, with Miami, that first year Wade was not great.
Wade
he
didn't
played
care,
well.
Though.
He wasn't great.
Like Wade, that first year they was trying to figure out like who is gonna this Wade team, but LeBron is gonna be the catalyst right now. Wade didn't have to do nothing.
Well, this conversation that we're having now, I think that started with LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, because like even when KG was in Minnesota, they lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Lakers. Nobody killed him for it. They were just like, yo, Kobe and Shaq,
the Lakers are better.
Repeat, trying to go for 4. You know, Wade came through and won. Boston got their 1 that they celebrate like it was 4.
My God.
Kobe got his 2.
Anything is possible.
But it was timing. Because when Kobe got that second 1, LeBron had just passed where Mike was when Mike won his first 1.
Right.
So that's when it was like, is he gonna ever do this? He went to Miami. They lost the first year. It intensified. They got it. Then it, like I said, it was supposed to be. Well, it did turn into Durant for like a year or 2. Durant was getting some, but then Durant was like, "No, I'm out of here. Let me go get this championship. So y'all shut up." but there was nobody else right there because Kawhi had already had championships, even
Right.
though he wasn't like, like, but
He want
he
he want the mainstay until he went to the
right,
Raptors.
right.
Hmm.
And then so once he beat Giannis, because Giannis had the 2-0 lead
Right.
on him in that Eastern Conference Finals, that's when I think people were like, can Giannis do it because he can't shoot in XYZ? So it skipped over Embiid because at the
Wasn't he
time,
hurt
Jim
that year? Wasn't he hurt that year too?
People never
Embiid,
people
Yeah,
never
wasn't
thought
he
that
hurt the year that the Bucks won the joint?
people didn't really think that
I don't know.
that
I
the
don't
Sixers
remember.
team was built to win championships. Like that was
Well,
never a thing that people thought.
right, and that was when Jimmy Butler left. That was the whole
Right.
like you chose Tobias over me, like so. I think at that point, a lot of people gave Philly a pass too.
Yep.
Like they were like, "Yo, Philly screwed this up," you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Then
they kind of
Embiid,
did though.
I don't necessarily think they did. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but you know
Always.
what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that Philly team was a championship team. They had good players, but I don't think they were a contender for real.
Jimmy Butler
You
has
know,
always been our kryptonite. You don't feel like Jimmy Butler and the Embiid and Tyrese Maxey right now is a better team than
But Jimmy Butler wasn't at the time that happened. We hadn't seen that playoff Jimmy yet.
We
Like
hadn't
you know what I
seen
mean?
Heat Jimmy.
Yeah,
We hadn't
we're
seen
looking
Heat
through
Jimmy.
that. Yeah, we're looking at Jimmy because remember, Rez remembers. I used to refer to him as Jimmy Bubbles because
Yeah.
I was like, let me see you do it outside the bubble.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? So like he wasn't this Jimmy Butler then. You know what I mean? So at the time that the Sixers made the decision, I would have chose Jimmy Butler just because I think of if you've ever heard me talk about Julius Randle, that's how I feel about Tobias Harris. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I don't think that at the time that it happened, I don't think the decision was egregious because Tobias Harris is a better shooter than Jimmy Butler, and we were in a shooters league at the time.
Still in the shooting league.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, but back then was when the Warriors were amped up, so it was like,
Yeah.
you need shooters. So I understand why they chose Tobias. I wouldn't have done it, but I understand why. But Jimmy
and,
Butler, but like you brought up Jimmy Butler cups, I think it was. Jimmy Butler is not viewed as that caliber of player. And Jimmy Butler's already 34, 35 himself.
Think
yeah,
about everything
he
that Jimmy. Think about all the things that Jimmy Butler's done, and he's still not considered a top five player.
You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to what I said is because like when we think of the top five or whoever, they do it all year long. Like
Right.
Jimmy doesn't care about the regular season.
I mean, but
He
I
like
feel like
hit. He
I feel
ace
like
it.
most players, but that's where like you got some, but you got those players though. Like they know how long the season is, 82 games. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna play all 82 games because somewhere, some shape down the line, you might have a little tweak or something. Now, I feel like basketball really matters more when it's playoff time compared to the
Definitely,
regular season. I feel
definitely
like the regular season is just to get niggas amped up, warmed
get you
up,
in
you know what
shape.
I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause I feel like that's the only time like you supposed to really play
But think
serious.
about it. We were talking
That's
about
also an NBA
Halliburton,
problem.
but we were talking about Halliburton in the 65 games. They came out with the 65 game rule. Jimmy Butler just threw both middle fingers up.
Yep.
And
Well,
then
Jimmy know
what
you
was
wouldn't
it?
win no MVP,
Was it last week? He was like, "It's that time." You know what I mean? Like,
and then went 4-5 ever since.
yeah, it went 4 and 5 ever since. But the point being is that Jimmy Butler season starts in March. Like, forget what the rest of y'all are doing. Jimmy Butler starts in March.
I mean,
I
what would you rather have? Would you rather have your players
I
peak
would
like
rather not
play
be in
so
the play-in every damn year. That's what I would rather.
Yep.
I mean, I feel you on that, but then you feel that, but
Yep.
then like, you know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. It's 50-50 with me. Cause like I don't mind my players turning up for the playoffs because if I know I'm gonna get your 100% best when it's playoff time, bro, and you just you know what I'm saying you were just warming up through the regular
But
season, you just trying to
everybody
make sure
turns
you
up for the
healthy.
playoffs.
But
Everybody
that's the
turns
best,
up for the playoffs.
and that's how I feel like that's how you should judge your team. I feel like we can't really judge the team during the regular season
Bruh,
like we should because it's
yo,
not
uh,
the playoff time.
a lot of people forget because of the end result, Miami actually lost their first play-in game last year.
They did.
You know what I mean? So like they
They
were
did.
literally life on the line.
The
You know what I
entire
mean?
time.
Just to get in the playoffs. So I would rather Jimmy Butler play the extra 4 or 5 games. You can still miss like 9 games or whatever, but I would rather you play the extra 4 or 5 games so we can get the 6th seed at least. I'm not telling you go out here and be better than Boston during the regular season, but can we just not play in the play-in?
Like, just give me a good seed in at least. I feel what you mean.
No, I mean I agree. Just to go back to the original question, it's definitely Jason Tatum this year. Um, and to Cup's point, I think if they don't win it this year, they blow it up.
Yeah, bro. We gonna have to do something.
I mean, they've already had 3 head coaches in what, the last 5 years, the last 6 years or something like that?
Yep. I think they blow it up if it doesn't work out this year. This is the year that they got to make it happen. And
I'm
like,
not sure if we're gonna blow it up. I just think we need to
especially the Tatum is Tatum in the running for MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, last I checked, he was like number 4 on the ladder.
But people taking it against, counting it against them that like KC, Porzingis is doing well and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Porzingis,
KP,
Porzingis, dog.
because Porzingis is 9th on the ladder.
Come
I
on,
didn't know
bro.
the
Where's
ladder
Jaylen
went.
Brown?
I didn't know the ladder went past 5, but apparently, like
Where's
Hey, no,
Jaylen Brown on the ladder?
he's not on
matter.
the ladder.
It
Has
don't
he
matter. He ain't
solved?
on the ladder.
Why did
Has
y'all
he
sign
solved
him?
black? Does he solve the black generational wealth gap yet?
Oh yeah, with
do,
300 M's, with
That
300
300
M's.
M
are,
joint? He said the
The
fact
are there
that
bridge
he
still?
gap.
said that, he said that like right, like the fact that he said what he was going to do with the bread, and I was just like, I was looking, I was like,
And
now
it's
you
crazy because
know,
he's a smart ass dude too. That's what's crazy
No, no,
about
he's
it.
not. That's my problem.
no,
That's my
what?
problem.
No. He a smart ass dude for saying what he said when he had got that when they asked him those questions. But
Hey,
in
Cups.
hindsight 2020, that nigga
Hey,
said,
Cups.
"Yeah, 300 mil. I ain't doing a goddamn thing."
No,
Hey,
no, he's a smart dude.
hey,
No, he's see the problem with him and a lot of people like him. Kyrie's in this list. He sounds smart until he's around smart people.
Bro, three
hey.
three hundred 300 M's and
He's
you got a left hand problem. That's
so
crazy,
what you
bro.
saying is he's
Crazy.
the Cam Reddish of smart people. He's the
Nah,
He's the shooter that can't shoot.
he Kirk Cousins. He Kirk
hey, you
Cousins.
watch your mouth. You
Kirk
watch your
Cousins.
mouth.
Hey, Kirk Cousins.
He just
Hey,
ran
hey,
a bag up. Hey, he just
no,
ran a
in the
bag
words
up.
in the words of Bomani Jones, Kirk Cousins is a legend at the bank.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Yo,
I'm saying?
so
Come
are
on
there
now,
still
bro.
people out there? Are there still people out there like wandering around America that are wondering if Jaylen Brown is better than Tatum? Like those people still out there?
I
I'm
don't
off the
know.
Bro,
boat. I'm off that narcotic.
that's what I'm saying. If we don't make it this year, we don't gotta blow it up. We just gotta get rid of Jaylen Brown.
But how can you get rid of somebody that y'all just signed to a $300 million contract?
That's right. Nope, it's gonna be Jalen.
Like Tatum don't even got no $300 million contract.
That's what
That's
makes it so wild.
bro.
That's what makes
300
it so wild.
You know
bro.
what? You can give up Jaylen Brown and you're gonna get a whole lot of DeAndre Ayton and Shade and Shaden Sharp.
Hey, hey, hey,
For
look,
real,
all you
we just need niggas down on the blocks, bro. Just get down in the post,
What
nigga.
Boston should have did, what they should have did was they should have just brought in Bradley Beal Jason Tatum's best friend or whatever. That's
Y'all
what they
might could
should
get
have done.
Pascal Siakam.
Get out of here.
hey
Yeah.
look.
Hey, on that
Y'all,
note, man,
y'all better win it, bro.
bro, we
Y'all
definitely better
better
not.
win it.
I'm serious.
Y'all better not waste Captain Drew.
Derek
Yeah,
White. Derek White is really the. I keep saying KP. I can go on for days. Derek White, he's the one. You know what I'm saying? KP, he's the glue. Drew Holiday, he's what we needed. It's
he's
just, man,
captain.
I'm glad we just moved off Brogdon. We moved off Brogdon. We brought in Drew Holiday. Man, the Celtics, we on that trajectory. We got it this year. We definitely got it this year. We're gonna stand right.
Y'all better win it. But I'm gonna tell you what, that boy number 15 in Denver, he ain't
And
come to joke with y'all.
Hey,
and
look,
don't
like
look
the
and
thing is,
don't look now. They just took over first in the West last night.
Denver is your new Spurs team. That is what Denver is right now. Denver is your new Spurs team that we used to watch with the Tim Duncan, the Tony Parker, the Manu Ginobili, the Boris
There's
Diaw.
one team in the West that I think could give Denver issues. So I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is, but there's
It better
one
not be the
team
Clippers.
that it ain't the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
He
All right,
hate the Clippers. He hate
all
I
right.
because
don't
the
hate the
three
Clippers.
people on. He hate the
No,
Clippers
we
because the three people on the
nobody hates the
Clippers.
Clippers. We just hold them accountable and tell the truth about them.
I am 42 years old. In my life, I've never sniffed a Clippers NBA Finals. In my life.
Hey,
They just
I'm
made
just
their
saying.
first Western Conference Finals in like 2018 or something like that.
Hey, look, man. I'm still because I'm a PG fan. I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? So I
Lord,
always
PG
Oh,
fan.
you
That's
explain it
that's
to. Oh, good. No, explain it to
PG
us.
fan. That
You weren't
sounds
on the
that
call.
says it all. That
No,
says it all.
no, please
no, I'm just saying, bro.
explain this to
Come
us.
on, bro. How you not a PG fan? Like, come on now, bro.
How are you a PG fan?
Because, bro, let me tell you.
Cause
Let me
he
tell
cause
you
he
when.
played.
No, look,
See,
when PG first came into the league, bro, and he
what?
was with the Pacers. He was like when he was playing with Danny Granger and shit. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
Like
Uh
How many
huh.
he was
years ago
alright.
was that? How many
Now,
years
now,
Uh
ago
huh.
was that?
now, look, but this what made me a PG fan though, bro.
Yeah.
It was a particular game I was watching. I forgot who they was playing, but he had hit this
Oh,
joint where
oh,
I
it
can tell
made
you
you
what
a
game it was.
fan and you can't
I
even
can,
remember who
no,
he
no,
was
no,
playing.
no,
I
because
can tell you
because
what game it was.
the shot was just so the shot to me was just like damn, dude, you niggas don't do that shit, bro.
I can tell you
Niggas
what game it
Okay.
was.
niggas hit
I,
niggas caught niggas tossed
Was it
him
one of
the
those
tossed
games
him.
against the Heat?
No,
it was
look,
a game against the Heat.
niggas tossed him the rock. He hit the joint, he hit the pause joint. Like, hold on, y'all chill. And then he just fired the three. I was like, oh, okay, GG. That's some dog shit. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like, yo.
Cups. Cups.
So ever
What's up,
since
brother?
then, bro.
I mean, not Cups, my bad. Lethal. Yo, that shit was like 12
That was
years
his
ago.
rookie year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what made me
And
a
you didn't know,
fan.
because you know, I'm not letting you off the hook, because you're
Nah,
Mr. What have you done for me lately?
I get it, bro. I am that. But what I'm saying is, as a basketball fan, bro, you know what I'm saying, that just likes the art of basketball. You know what I'm saying? When I had seen that from him, bro, I was like, bro, that's some raw shit. Like,
You
that's
said, you
confident
said,
ass shit. You know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
you took a sip of your wine and you said, Paul George is the quintessential basketball player.
nah,
Bro,
I just say I fucks with his game. Like, I was like, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with the way
PG
he
next
ball.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Dog,
But
dog.
then
He's
when he
even
went to
next up for
OKC,
13 years.
when he went to
He
say
like Jay Hood out here. It was Jay Hood year every year.
It's my year.
hey, look, I ain't never been the one to sit here and like be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, he like top five or something. Like, nah, I just like the way he played. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the
Nah,
way he
Brandon
plays.
Miller said that Paul George is the GOAT.
Go.
Who
Greatest player
said
of all
that?
time.
That's
Who
what
said
Brandon
that?
Miller said.
I ain't never gonna say nothing like that now. You know what I'm saying? But I like his game. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm a Westbrook fan because I like the way Westbrook plays point guard. You know what I'm saying? I like an aggressive point guard that likes to, you know what I'm saying, do a lot, get to the rack.
Didn't
You know what I'm saying?
wasn't it Mello that said that his kid likes Paul George more than he liked him?
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? But,
My
but
son,
like,
if you
look,
ask my son who's the GOAT, my son says Paul George.
but like, if over, because like you gotta look at it like this, like back when D Rose, for example, bro. D Rose was one of the ones when he came into the league. He was something different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just something totally different. But after the injury, he won't never the same. So it's like the same thing with PG. When PG caught that injury and broke with his leg, he wasn't even supposed to be doing what he doing now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he won't supposed to be. So
Ooh,
the fact that he able to even still ball at a high level the way
He's
he
such a
is, bro.
survivor, right?
Rez. Derrick Rose, the evolution of KJ.
Hey, yes. Yes, he is. And Paul George, the evolution of Scottie Pippen.
He is. No, I was going to say before we got all on that. I was gonna say the one team that I think that can give Denver problems in the West is OKC, but they're too young. But they
They're a
have
year
the
away.
personnel. Yeah, they have the personnel in
Yeah.
the play style that can give Denver problems. But unless they can't
You don't
do it.
think
They're
it,
not gonna.
you don't think niggas can have that year too soon? Like the year too soon is that's like the early year success, like that. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
OKC.
because
Yeah.
if they played Denver, it would probably be the Western Conference Finals. So I say no. Like if they were playing them early, like the Grizzlies caught the Spurs in the first round, like you could catch them like that. But in the conference finals, I think that's too much pressure, and you ain't been there.
Right. Fair enough.
But I just think that they're the team that outside of Minnesota, because of course they got the Twin Towers, but I don't know what Cat is going to be. But what I do know is that when the playoffs starts, he turns into Kitty.
He does. It's true.
Very true.
It's funny because it's true. No, y'all
Oh,
better win it, dog.
Duke about to go down, baby.
Man, we suck, man. I'm not. I,
Facts.
don't- I don't. I don't acknowledge that team, bro.
They're going to be a 3 seed.
We suck, bro. We are
We
terrible.
have reached that two and a
Oh, that
half.
2 hour 30 minute 41 second mark, y'all.
You know what I'm saying, that
We
threshold.
have reached the Paul George hour.
We
You know what
got to
I'm
keep it PG-13 around here.
Hell yeah. So y'all
Still
already
one of the
know
worst
this has
nicknames ever.
been motherfucking Cups in the Gang live from the motherfucking Hot Box. You can catch us every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Styrofoam Ralph. You already know I had one half of Sports Reports as ordered. 2-5, Mike Will in the motherfucking building. You
Yes,
already know I have
sir.
my dog, Nap Nation.
Where's the aluminum foil?
Bleed Blue, the unofficial quote unquote debatable 4-1 Oracle,
4-1,
currently
baby.
the 1-0
Controversy amongst
Oracle.
us.
You
There's no controversy. There's no controversy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm putting
know what
the
I'm saying?
asterisk next to him. He
Yeah,
got
the
the bubble.
asterisk.
He got the bubble 4-1.
I'm
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
4-1, baby.
saying? The bubble
Yo,
Oracle for
his
real.
four came in preseason.
You
He's
know
counting
what I'm
4-1.
saying?
preseason wins
Don't
as regular
matter.
season wins.
I'm up.
I need
I'm
that
up.
aluminum foil.
I'm up.
And last but not least, man, checking in with us. You already know El Residente, San
Crack.
Jose, tapping in with us live from the motherfucking hot box, man. You can catch us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What?
Love y'all so much, man. Tap in with us next time.
Peace.